Hey guys, welcome to live from the bunker. This is the East Tennessee bunker down here, Dethangels Shadow. For those that don't know me, my name is Jeff. My That's my old Nick. I've got a bunch of guys that I'm ready to bring on here. We're going to go talk about the Portal to Adventure. So, without any further ado, I'm going to go ahead and bring them all on. There's Griff, Dave, Matt, and George. And
Hello.
Hey, hey.
Hi.
so you guys have a little thing going, right?
A little thing, yeah.
A little thing.
Little
Yeah,
thing.
just a little project, little fun hobby.
Well, if you would, we'll start with Griff. Go ahead and introduce yourself. Tell us what you're all about, and then we'll just pass it
Okay.
around the horn here.
I'm Griff. I'm mostly known for having done the documentary Secrets of Blackmoor with my partner Chris. We just work on weird projects, and that was something that kind of happened by accident. And then we do other things. We got books. We work with the Blackmoor estate, and actually Chris is kind of their representative. And we've done a couple interesting game books.
Yeah, and we're going to get into that here shortly. Let's go ahead and go to was it Dave? I think is the next one.
Sure. Yeah, I'm with Emperor's Choice. Me and George run it together. And we have the Arduin property, which is one of the older role-playing games out there. And we're got together to do this project with Griff and Matt, mostly because of Griff, I would say, even though he doesn't realize it, is because Griff actually turned us on to talking to Matt through another person, Mark, and George actually found Griff when we met him at GaryCon.
Okay.
Yeah, I ran into you guys in front of was it Troll Lord or Goodman? One of those places.
Yeah, probably Goodman.
And yeah. Some weird guys came up to me and they were like, "Hey, you're Griff. We want to talk to you." I was like, "Okay." And we've just been talking since. I mean, that was what, maybe 5 years ago or something. It was before.
It's been a few years now, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. 2022, 3 years.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And then, I mean, I've been just kind of working at trying to get more indies to just work together and not compete and not get into stupid drama online. And, we're just trying to make fun stuff to play games. And so I started a Facebook group for independent publishers, and I had these guys are the only people that showed up and wanted to interact and talk about how to improve everything about their business. And so, I mean, I don't know, it just kind of happened. It was very synergistic, I'd say.
Yeah. Well, that's cool.
My name is George Rosa. I'm VP of Emperor's Choice. Been in business with Dave. We've been incorporated since 1998. So we've been going at this for 27 years. Started out as a miniature company. Then we picked up the Arduin IP because it was a product that we loved when we played D&D. So it was something that was like, oh, let's pick that up. And so we've been going at it. And like Griff said, we came to fruition. And through Griff and Mark, we met Matt. And it just was all a natural fit to do a Kickstarter, the Arduin Portal to Adventure.
Okay. And Matt.
Yeah, I'm Matthew Tapp, owner of Barrows and Borderlands. I make fun games, and I play fun games, and that's about it. I mean, I met these guys, like they said, through Mark and Griff, and then I dived headfirst into Arduin. George and Dave here. It was funny because when we first met, I thought I had never heard of Arduin or anything, and I had just been making Barrows and Borderlands, and then we found out how similar and how much they sort of met each other and worked well together. But whenever I first was looking through the Arduin material, I was like, "Oh no, this George and Dave guy. They think I've taken everything. We're both weird science fantasy. We've got energy weapons and muskets, and oh my god!" And then, which wasn't the case, but I definitely thought so at first. I was like, "Oh no." Yeah, there's Barrows and Borderlands. So I make. I wrote the game. I I make it by hand, all the booklets, and now with the Kickstarter, all the Arduin trilogy reprints and the special edition Barrows and Borderlands booklets. I in-house print them, and it's a lot of fun.
Awesome. And let's see, apparently I have to replace the screen here, but this is the Arduin website here. Well, Emperor's Choice, and you guys started with miniatures too, or how did you guys get going? Because you've been around for a while, and well, what's the story?
Well, we were originally, Dave and I, we were gamers in high school and so forth and middle school. And then we started selling games. We were actually retail, used to sell games and so forth, used to deal with Chessex back in the day. And at one point, Dave took a trip and stopped by Chessex. And that's where he found some casting equipment and molds from Archive, which was the old line that Arduin used from Neville Stockton, all the Archive miniatures. So Dave was interested, talked to them, and before you knew it, we owned a small miniature line and a caster and vulcanizer. And then we started into miniatures in the late 90s.
And these are all cast, right? They're
Yes,
not
right. Yep,
okay.
They're white metal spin casts. So we use a pewter, lead-free pewter that we use. So we do it all, right here with the machinery. We make molds with rubber or the silicone molds now, which is used a lot. But these are all casted by us by hand, all manufactured right here, right in Buffalo.
Yeah.
Right up here. So we started, like I said, as a miniature company. We loved Arduin. And then Dave went on a hunt because we're like, we need something, to go with the miniatures to help, push the miniatures and to have a core system. And Arduin was, something we loved. So Dave went hunting and within 3 months found Jim Mathis. And by the end of the year, we owned Arduin. And it was awesome. And then again, we've been just taking it from there. Matt's showing some of the miniatures that we sent to him when we sent him the bundle and everything.
There we go.
Yeah.
Being big into him.
Yeah.
Look at that. Those are awesome, and they're very detailed.
Can I ask you, you said you got all the Archive miniature stuff? You have their molds too?
We sold the rights to most of it.
Right.
We retained some of it, the
Okay.
Arduin stuff.
Yeah, all the Arduin stuff is what we retained, Griff. And the rest.
Oh, okay. Because I was crazy about Archive miniatures back in the day. Like they showed up and they were making stuff nobody else made. They have like a Beholder miniature, and I bought one and I cut out the eye and put an actual little crystal in where the main eyeball would be.
Oh, that's
So it was really fun to get it out because it was all sparkly and like.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
We'd have to take a look at our mold. My God, those molds are sitting in our mold shelf. We'd have to take a look. I don't know if we, what we'd have of generic creatures.
Right.
We know we have all the Arduin stuff. So
That's pretty awesome. That's pretty awesome.
We
I
have,
don't know who holds the rights now.
Yeah, I don't know who would hold it now, but I think it's passed through a couple people. Yeah,
Right.
we have a miniature line, 86 miniatures. We've got about 20 plus new miniatures coming. So we're going to keep expanding the line as we move forward.
I'm excited about the new miniatures. I love pulling out, dude, metal miniatures at the table are so much fun.
And I saw this one a couple of times here, the Octorilla. I've seen him. I think he's on the cover of something that I saw in that thing you guys that said dropped a little bit earlier today.
Yeah, our catalog.
Yeah.
Right here. We have a color catalog, and it's one of the very nice piece of artwork. Actually, the black and white was done by William Watt, and then Alberto, our color artist, went in and did it. So it just beautiful artwork. We're doing a mixture of color and black and white for our new products coming up in a couple years.
Yeah, these are pretty awesome. Let me see if I can. How do we get? We're gonna go ahead and stop that sharing. All right. Sorry about that. Get my feet here on me. Mr. Boss gave me the keys. He he's like I said, he is on assignment tonight. That's what he said. But we'll see if he can make it in. He said if he can, he'll jump in here because I know he'd love to talk to you guys too.
Oh, that'd be
But
cool.
we didn't want to bounce around any more times. Let's see, and let's see. We've got Fellowship of the Thing here too. Oh, I got Griff's attention.
I heard my name.
Heard his name. I didn't use it in vain, I swear.
Well, I was chatting with people, so I just heard. Yeah, that's our website. We got a lot of different things on there. Like we got to shift it around. Actually, Arnicon already happened, but
yeah.
That's the annual game convention we run. Next to that is some art from the Rob Kuntz module. We released something by Rob Kuntz, and it was premiered at the last. Not this year, but the previous year's Arnicon. So people who went to the convention played the module for the first time, with the designer, and we brought him over from France, which was kind of cool. We always bring people around that other people aren't bringing to conventions, and Listen, and Alexander Macris, were kind of the big featured names. And when I talked to them, like Macris was just like, it's been 2 years since I've been invited to a game convention or something like that, or I've been to maybe one. He was just like, nobody invites me to game conventions, and we were like,
really? Well, yeah, I've seen.
We like you.
Because he's got what Acts 2. Is
Yeah.
that right? Yeah, and I think I'm the type of person I think I'd love to play it. I'm not sure I'd want to run it. I definitely would want somebody that knows the system inside and out. But everything I've heard about it, because it starts at the small scale and then goes into the macro scale, so it's kind of a fascinating game. I've seen, and he's had a bunch of people on his show as well. I think you were on his show, weren't you?
I was on there recently. We kind of talked about a lot of stuff, and I kind of feel like we didn't quite hit certain things. So he said I can come back again soon. And so I'm looking forward to that. But he was just like, meeting him in person, I think that people get a different impression from people's sort of persona online or with their products. Meeting him in person, he was just such an awesome guy to be with, like really fun and cheery, and he and I were bantering and dumb jokes together. It was this is somebody I would just be friends with,
Yeah.
And you see that in a lot of the people you meet at game conventions. It's like, oh my God, these are just my people, right?
They're just normal people in the end. They're like, hey man, let's throw math rocks, right?
Yeah. But I just wanted to go through that. So you see our other books there listed there, and then if you scroll down a little bit more, the big thing that got us attention, if you click The Secrets of Blackmoor, is the documentary.
Okay.
And the documentary is just, it's about the origins of how RPGs came about. It really kind of showcases the Blackmoor Bunch, or MMSA Blackmoor Bunch, the Minnesota gamers. They were fundamental in creating what later became Dungeons and Dragons with Gary Gygax, who later came in. But they kind of they were like the development group for it, and Gary kind of came in at the end and provided a lot of just made it nice and slick. And he added his own ideas, but the role playing aspect of it really comes from the Twin Cities guys.
Yeah.
And so the documentary just talks about that. So we're always pushing that.
Yeah, and you can watch it on Amazon. I think you can buy it on Amazon.
You can go to Amazon. There's some places where Amazon was giving us a hard time about putting it up there for whatever reason.
Yeah.
So it's also on Vimeo. And I think Vimeo is kind of worldwide. Anyone who can hit the Vimeo site can watch the documentary on Vimeo.
Okay.
And then if you use Vimeo, we get a bigger cut. Whereas Amazon, we really only make about, I don't know, maybe $1 a view off of Amazon. Amazon kind of.
It's just the 800-pound gorilla, right? So
yeah, it is. I try to avoid using it actually, but it's hard to avoid it sometimes.
It is. Yeah.
Yeah.
And of course, you can order it directly from your website too, right? You can order the DVD.
Yeah, we got DVDs and what else? Yeah, that's pretty much what we're doing. Working on new projects.
Okay.
And,
I see. Here's the link right here on the website. You can watch it Vimeo on demand. Yeah. Okay. Or get the DVD. I would probably get the DVD. I like physical media. I'm an IT guy, but man, I love physical media.
Well, it's nice to just have the thing
Yeah.
and like
Yeah.
get the little, even like the little booklet that comes inside of it.
Yeah. Kind of like what is it? I got. I went and and Walmart's been having a lot of these the old '80s TV shows and stuff like that. I was talking to Dave and George before, and I'm like, yeah, I think I mentioned it to you too, about the Babylon 5 rewatch show that we do on Sci-Fi Snobs channel, which was last night. But I went to Walmart and I've got the whole box set, all 5 seasons of it. Now it ain't pretty trying to flip through, dozens of discs in 2 different boxes that are about 2.5 inches thick. But they've got a lot of the classic TV shows and movies. I picked up a set of the 78 Superman, Superman 2, and Superman 3. Yeah.
Yeah.
And just a whole bunch of stuff. So I like having it. I think physical media is coming back. You can buy vinyl at Walmart again. And who would have thought
Really?
that would have happened?
Yeah.
But looks like it hides one of you guys. Let me go bring it back to that.
George is alive.
Yeah,
I'm alive. It's all right.
I didn't pick who was in what box, so I guess I
It's
could.
okay. It's
Vanished.
Yeah.
Yeah, banished.
So let me bring up the Kickstarter, because that's the next big thing that right now. And you are on the front page? Well, at least for me. So let me share that screen here. This is the big thing that's going on right now. And look at that.
41.
Look at that, 41.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
gone up 1,000 since the last time I looked at it.
Wow,
It
that's
has.
great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think what's happening right now is because it's the last couple days, there's a lot of interest in Daddy Rolled a One just dropped an unboxing video.
I watched it about 2 hours ago, and I was like, "What? He dropped a new video?"
Yeah,
and
Great
and
video.
yeah. So he's got the only almost complete copy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's definitely the closest complete copy out there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
there I sent one to Fox, but it's almost like Ireland takes a little bit to get there.
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah.
Fox off RPG, but if his arrives tomorrow, he'll have an unboxing video as well. We'll see if the mail will be nice to us.
Yeah. Let me bring up the chat, because there's people in there, and I've been neglecting them. And we actually have a super chat. Let me bring you guys all in here. And I can't neglect the super chats. Where did it go? There it is. This one's from one of the regulars on Sci-Fi from ETV. This is Michael Gonzalez. He's one of our regular guys, and he says, "You guys started in '98. Do you have association with Emperor's Choice Games?" And talking about one in Chicago in the late '80s or early '90s. Are you familiar with another one out there?
No.
No, not at all. Interesting. Didn't even know
Yeah, didn't know it
another
until
one
just now.
existed.
Yeah, I did look for a couple Emperor's Choice. I found a lot of Chinese restaurants.
Yeah,
Yeah.
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 Popular on that circuit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm surprised we don't get orders for,
I was gonna ask, do you guys get people calling up trying to get some suburban chicken or?
yeah.
No, but my phone number did used to be associated to a Hayes fish market out here.
Oh, did you? That's amazing.
And it just got tired every Friday night. It was getting tons of orders.
Yeah,
You want
there's a whole bunch of people there. We got a bunch of names that I recognize out here. Ultra American TTRPG. I think were you guys on with him?
We were.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's
yeah.
also one of my players as well.
Oh, is he? Yeah.
Yeah, he's fun to game with.
I've talked to him a few times.
you may want to, Jeff, if you want to, barrelsandborderlands.com
Oh,
is Matt's website.
Oh, now I have to talk about it. Thanks,
Yeah,
George.
you got to talk. You need to talk.
I have. Yeah,
I'm
I have.
pushing you front and center. Go, Matt.
You can
All
have
right,
George talk if you want.
I'm being nice. I start talking, and
let's bring Matt's up here. Let's see here. All right. Oh, I don't need to be. Let's swap this.
Yeah, there's my product, Dethangels Shadow.
Yeah.
Made it myself.
There you go.
No, that's so yeah, I made Barrows and Borderlands. It's a weird science fantasy, old school style role playing game. I like to describe it as Solomon Kane fighting a velociraptor with a ray gun. So it's fairly weird. It's kind of out there, but it's not necessarily in the realm of Gonzo. I think it's more so a callback to pulp fantasy.
Yeah.
Like Clark Ashton Smith. A lot of Zothique references, especially in my necromancy rule set. But yeah, I mean, it's based in original D&D, expanded on with some of my favorite games like Metamorphosis Alpha, and a few rulings that I've come up with over the years, some that I've adopted for our table. And originally, this was our campaign home rules that I would run for our local game group, and they convinced me that I needed to publish it begrudgingly. Because I told them at that point it would be a lot more work, more than just making the little booklets for them. But they convinced me I needed to do it, and then I decided to go for the style of original D&D. So it feels similar in your hands. It's got a wood grain box, and yeah, I print them all here, staple them, cut them, fold them, shrink wrap them. So
yeah, it's almost a lost art form.
Yeah, dude. Almost is yeah, exactly. I had to do so much research to figure out the kind of paper to use, and then so many dead ends with like the original companies out of production. They don't make that paper anymore. They just don't even exist anymore.
Yeah.
And like I was able to source some, and I went with white for B&B, and it's a lot of fun. I also, upgraded like the inner paper to make sure it lasts longer. And
you're using linen paper now, or is that
yeah,
what I heard?
Yeah.
Daddy, because I did get to watch the Daddy Roll to One, and
it's still sealed.
Oh, look at that, shrink wrapped and everything.
Well, you gave me a copy at DaveCon.
Yeah.
So I have that copy, which is I think a prototype because the box is I got to retape the box. And then you were like, "Oh, I got to give you an actual one." So I was like, "I'm not going to open this. I'm just going to."
I don't know.
Yeah, you actually have one of like the 5.0 edition copies of it, because that was
it's going to stay sealed.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, the one I gave you at DaveCon, and the one I gave to I gave one to Mr. Wesley. I had so much fun in his Brownstein game, but it was funny because I was almost reluctant to give the box away because I'm like, oh man, this box is so poorly made. This is like the first one. But yeah, no, it was I only made like 5 of those free copies, and then I had originally planned to only like 30 of them for the local game store here, and then maybe a couple to bring to convention or something. And then while I was there at DaveCon, I had like 20 people pre-order, and I was like, oh, I actually have to do more. So immediately hit the ground running printing when I got back. And first printing boxes were I even cut the cardboard by hand and made them by hand. And then that afforded me the option of getting better quality boxes for the second printing. And those are the same boxes I use today, and the same boxes that we use on the Arduin Trilogy reprints, which I've got. I'll pull up here in a second, but yeah, I mean, the main thing too is we run this game with about 170 people on Discord and about 20 people in person, with about 11 referees that kind of run it like for any new school gamer, they'd recognize it more like an MMO style game. So
okay, yeah,
but closer to. I really took it to heart, the whole 20 to 50 player thing in the OD&D, and I was like, sure, come join. eventually the table got really big, and I was like, okay, I need some more referees here. And then it just kept growing. And then recently too, with Questing Beast video and all the awesome reviews out there, like Lord Matthias did an unboxing, Foxsoft RPG did an unboxing. So it's been growing, and I've been having a lot of fun wrangling cats over Discord.
I'll bet. And speaking of Lord Matthias or Lord Mattias, however we want to go, he's actually in here.
There you go.
Yeah. I keep on forgetting to turn on the chat here. Well, let me show it on the stream. We can show it on the stream, that way everybody can see it. There's a whole, like I said, Roger's in here, of course. Now, Dave and George, you guys know Roger, right?
Yeah.
And I think, did you say Matt was going to try and make the trek up there to CNYCon?
Yep.
I will be up there this year, so that'll be my third ever con. My first con was Dave Con, and I just went to Arnicon. So CNYCon will be my third one, so that'll be kind of fun.
Okay.
I don't have, well, I say third one. When I was a kid, I went to like Dragon Con or something down in Atlanta.
Yeah.
That was not the same kind of experience that you get from like at Dave Con and at Arnicon. I was able to actually play games with some of the original creators. Bill Hoyt was running his war game. Of course, Mr. Wesley and his Brownstein. And then at Arnicon, I got to play in Banania, which was extremely fun.
I haven't heard of that one.
Dude, it's pretty good. It's if I had to describe it, and I know Griff will correct me if I'm wrong here, but it's like Brownstein 1, a little bit more organized, and kind of like a marrying of that between that and a war game. So, because you're actually moving some troops around on a board when it comes to Banania.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun. I also saw some guys up there that were doing what was the 1800s game that they were doing, that
the Bronsteboyne thing, or Bronsteboyne?
Yeah, Bronsteboyne. Yeah, that one looked pretty good. My schedule didn't allow me to play in it, but the guys did really good on their graphic design on that map, so that was kind of cool.
Yeah, it looked really good. That was the Canadian contingent.
Yes, it was.
they're like really awesome.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool. That's kind of the beauty of those smaller cons, because you can actually go up there and game. And that's kind of the point. The bigger ones, like when I went to Dragon Con, it was like, well, we made it to the shop, or like the vendor hall. Okay, we've got like a 3-mile hike to the next seminar, and we never actually found a game going on. All the ones had filled up, or it's too much noise going on, and nobody's got time. So
yeah, and actually we're gonna be having another special stream on Saturday talking about cons.
Yeah.
And the what I'm calling it, the rise of the minicon. It's almost a return to the minicons, because that's kind of the way they started. I mean, you guys, Griff and Dave and George, I'm sure you guys have been gaming longer than me, and I've been doing it since 7th grade. I'm in my 50s, so
I'm not.
I know. yeah, either that, or you went into the machine and it reduced your age by 30 years.
Right.
Which Dave and George got, didn't you? That was the episode.
Yep.
By the way. But drawl. But at any rate, I've been to one con, and yet I've been gaming, and I've been wanting to, but every time I see like Dragon Con's probably the closest big con to me, because I'm only 3 hours from Atlanta. I'm up here in East Tennessee. So I'm probably just a couple more hours and I'd be over by you, right? I think you're here in the South too, aren't you, Matt?
Yeah, over in Charleston.
Oh, you're in Charleston. Okay.
Yeah.
Charleston. Were you born and raised there, or
I was born in Sherall, South Carolina, but nobody knows where Sherall is. I'm sure somebody in the chat knows where Sherall is, but it's a tiny town. But I've been in Charleston now for just about 6 years. So
okay. All right. Well, I've been in Tennessee for about 5. So
man.
I grew up next to Disney. So that was my I had to the South left me when I was young. So I kept on threatening I was going to move up south, and I finally did it.
Tennessee, the land of mountains and Pigeon Forge.
Well, yeah. Yeah, well, the past 3 days it's been the land of rain and rain and rain. I'm like, wait, this is not Seattle. Come on, y'all.
I'm getting it here too.
Oh yeah, it's I don't know, and it's been sticking around, but you guys are doing great on this. You blew through. You only had a $5,000 goal for the Kickstarter, and you've what 8 times that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you know, and we're down to what, the last day and a few hours, really. It's
Yeah.
well,
It'll end tomorrow night. Actually, 1 minute into Saturday, midnight, 12:01.
okay.
It's gonna end.
So
And I'll
Yeah, get out there on your social media if you're watching this and just
blast it.
post a link and blast it. Maybe go to like Dragon's Foot or someplace like that and just make a post like this thing is going to end and you don't want to miss out.
Give me more work
Because
to do.
it's a set. So if you get the full bundle, we've only agreed to work together on this one project. Once it's done, we got other things to do. And so if you don't get in on this, it's just done.
Yeah. It truly is. And Griff's right. And, we're not just saying this to say it. It is limited edition. I think Matt has gotten to the point where he's sick and tired of books. And
they will never convince me to do this again.
Yeah.
they will never convince you to do it again, right?
Griff's way behind in his videos. I know he was spending a ton of time trying to do. So legit, this was great. Don't get us wrong. It was historic. We don't believe it's ever been done before, where you've had 3 game companies do it.
Right.
We believe that, from the best of our knowledge. So it's going to be limited. We only made so many boxes, only so many things were ordered, and that's it. There might be a few available after, but they're not going to be at 52% off. I mean,
right.
$145, you're getting $304, but we've said it a couple times now. We never took into account Dracula in Space, the Rancid Maw, and the Radiation Boogaloo. The cost is close to $400, and that's being completely honest with that. We're serious.
And the stretch goals being added on too, because now it comes with 3 miniatures, 10 printable hex maps, and the Arduin Adventure. We're over 40. So, and that's another 64 pages. So, and the hex maps, those were really fun to work on. I hand drew those, styled off of it's in the style of Arneson's old outdoor survival map. So Dave Arneson's, and if you can actually line it up and play outdoor survival on it. Griff's got something cool there.
Well, I gotta find it.
Yeah, but
I mean, it's sort of I see a lot of people, like, if you're on Reddit, make a post about it on Reddit. It's sort of weird. If I go and post about it, sometimes I don't. Sometimes they'll just delete my posts because they tell me that I'm promoting my own. It's like blatant self-promo, and they
you're hiding behind it. Yeah, sorry.
No,
Matt and I were playing Leapfrog.
Yes.
Well,
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
this
there
guy
it is.
Here.
Yeah, I don't know if you can blow that up, but that's the Arneson map.
I guess
if people don't
We got
realize,
it right there.
Right there. If people don't realize, Matt made 10 hex maps that can be in the same style as Dave Arneson's right there.
This
one Griff is holding up right there.
This is an Arneson drawing, hand-drawn, a reproduction of the outdoor survival map that he used to run his own campaign early on.
So it was his own hand-drawn version, right, Griff, of that?
Yeah, I think this is from maybe 1972 or something like that.
Well,
that makes sense.
That's even before I was born. So
well,
so
I mean,
Matt, see, you don't feel so young.
Yeah. So that was out of this one.
Yeah.
That's out of it. Okay.
Yeah, Blackmore Foundation book, and I was definitely trying to homage when I was drawing them, and then I was like, these would be really cool if I, kept them black and white, and I didn't fill in the forest, so they can be like print out at home. They're 8.5 by 11, and you can just kind of draw all over them for your campaign. And I've got, like I said, 10 hexes, so it's 10 different terrains, and you can sort of line them all up to each other and make one huge map if you wanted to.
Yeah.
No, it's what you're looking at, Jeff. Just to reiterate, everything you're getting there, 2 box sets, the Lost Dungeons at Tunnisburg, 2 maps, large maps there, the art prints, the deck of cards, the custom box. There's a monster and item card. The combined character sheets are in there.
Yeah.
You also get 4 miniatures, metal miniatures that come now, 10
Okay.
X maps, and Arduin Adventure, and all the PDFs too.
I was just going to ask it. So this is physical and PDF as well,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And the PDFs are the certain core books. So I just want to make sure people realize that. But you're also getting the PDF for the character sheets.
That was where I was going, because yeah, I mean, if I get those character sheets, I'm not sure I want to mar them up,
Yeah.
I would kind of keep them in pristine condition.
Yeah.
So
Which actually the character sheet, that combined character sheet,
yeah.
is already available on Matt's barrelsandborderlands.com. He has it available as a download, which you can get it right now, but it'll come with the PDFs in the Kickstarter. So that bundle is not only physical, but basically the other 2 rewards, which are the PDFs and the Arduin Trilogy box set, it's already in the bundle. And I know I'm just trying to emphasize $30 for PDFs, $85 for the Arduin box set. You're already at $115, $30 more. Look at how much more you get.
Right. Right.
And I know Daddy Rolled a One showed it and Matt just showed it. It's all high quality. We didn't skimp on this. And I just want to say it over and over. Everything to, staples. Right, Matt? How many hours of conversation on staples?
Yeah, where's your stapler here?
Yeah, he loves to show this off.
I know. Look at that beast.
Insane.
You're muted.
You're muted.
My old stapler is like a third of this size, and it's got tape all wrapped around it, which is what I printed all the second and third edition, or not edition, but printings of B&B on. And so whenever I went to go try and staple an Arduin 100-page monster, I was like, guys, I think we might need some better staples.
Yeah, I heard you guys had like a lengthy discussion about staples and all that.
It was like 3 days long.
Yeah, we kept going on the staples, and we're like, okay, we want good steel staples, so they don't rust very easily. Longer staples, which we are using so that they cover in the book. The books, quality-wise, with the parchment, the linen paper, everything, you look at the quality of everything, it's going to last much longer than, books made back then that didn't have the same quality material. So we were very particular. I could go through, oh my God, the nights we spent, getting Matt. Dave would go through the archives to find if we had original artwork.
Every single page in all 3 books of the trilogy, we got new scans of, took into Photoshop and cleaned up and made as good looking as possibly could. So yeah, and that's individually one at a time in Photoshop.
So Roger's got a great question here. He says, will there be a pledge manager after the Kickstarter if you want to add in more books and minis? How have you guys handling that?
Right now, because we don't have a pledge manager, but what we've done is we have people contacting us on the back end, and you can contact us through the email admin@mcho.com, admin@mcho.com, and you let us know if you want any additional add-ons. And we've been doing a lot of that because the miniatures, we only have 6 miniatures on the Kickstarter, but we have a whole line of 86 and people want more. So just contact us on the back end or let us know through the Kickstarter that you're interested, and we'll take care of that. So we've learned a little bit with this Kickstarter too. I know there was the late pledge option and the payment over time. We couldn't do that all because obviously we have 3 companies involved. We have obligations to people, we can't extend that. So we're only doing a couple things on the back end to help out, but we can't do the late pledges because the late pledges also disrupts our shipping. We want to ship as soon as possible. If we're extending another month or 2, we can't ship the way we want to, where we want to get the stuff done, pack, and out the door to people. We don't believe in waiting a year or 2 or 3 or 6, God forbid, for Kickstarters. We want this out like we have within 3 months. But
Right.
it takes some time getting everything together. Matt with the box sets, Griff getting all the Lost Dungeons in Taunisburg, and then we have our box, the one we compile everything.
That's why I'm already printing it back here.
Yeah, you've got stacks, right? So
Yeah.
and this is all printed
definitely-
here domestically. It's all made in the USA, if you will.
all the trilogy box sets and the B&B boxes, I staple them by hand like I do my normal B&B boxes. And the wood grain boxes are made in America as well. And I've always done that with the B&B stuff to get, it's just really good quality.
Yeah.
They were the best. These wood grain boxes, because when I was doing it for Barrows and Borderlands, there were so many different sources I was looking into, and none of them just made me happy until I got these. And yeah, they're not the cheapest to order, but they feel really good when you have them in your hand. There's no weird bubbling, and they actually have like a little texture to them. I don't know if
they're nice. They got some beef.
Yeah,
So,
they look they definitely look nice and almost retro, I guess you could say, in a way.
Yeah.
But that's the feel of everything, right? That we're this is some classic stuff, and even though Barrows and Borderlands are, that's well. When did Barrows and Borderlands? When did you come out with that, Matt?
Earlier this year.
So it's pretty new, but it's definitely the OSR feel.
Yeah, and see that was one of my, I had been working on it for a while, and I didn't want to release it until I knew it felt right in my hand. So I know folks that got in early, they waited a little bit to get their first orders, as I was just making sure, because I even switched up paper quality at the end. I was just like, nah, this has got to be as good as it could be. So I spent probably a couple of years trying to figure out exactly what paper the originals were printed on and how those felt from Dungeons and Dragons. And then I said, okay, well, now that I know that, how can I make them last longer? How can I make them survive? Yeah, you can fit everything in.
Hold
hold them up again.
Hold them up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got it. You got everything.
There we go. Perfect. Look at that.
And
well, it's a little washed out now. Hold it further back, maybe.
No,
that may be worse.
Go in.
There we go. Yeah, look at that.
There you go.
Yeah,
right.
it's got to be at the angle. It's the light.
To the right.
The angle.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the thing about this Kickstarter. It's just I see people, on the web asking how do I get started with this classic RPG stuff? Where do I go? What games do I get? And this is the ultimate bundle of things to get going.
Yeah.
It's got everything you need for a lot of different styles of play. Something I thought about that is interesting about Arduin is that it really goes back to the original D&D, where you've got kind of race as class.
Yeah.
In a lot of cases, you've got all these weird creatures like the Franks, and you've got the Technos and all that stuff. Yeah, that looks great.
And
that's the actual box there. And so the boxes will fit. Everything fits inside this one box, right?
Yeah. And another thing that's in there too is with the radioactive boogaloo that comes with the Barrows and Borderlands special edition. It details how to mix the 3 systems together between Taunisburg's Zero Edition Gaming, Arduin, and B&B all at the same table. So you could have your Vancian casting elf paladin, or you could have your Green Skull from Barrows and Borderlands, who's a rune weaver and using the mana system.
Yeah.
And then for referees, I mean, but between the 3 systems, there's a lot of referee advice. I mean, the amount of research Griff did into Taunisburg, figuring out how those original guys played, those maps were lost for a long time, right? Like
35 years.
Yeah, and but I mean, between the referee advice from the Blackmore bunch that's found in Tonisborg and the referee advice that Hargrave gives, it really is like a no-brainer for referees starting out and wanting to get in that classic style.
Yeah.
And I know we mentioned it, but we'll mention it again. Matt did a compatibility guide that's right in Radiation Boogaloo, and it tells you how to play all 3 games together, and you can mix and match, use what you want, take out what you don't want, right in the limited edition version right there. And Matt has a whole guide. I think it's page 6 actually that it starts.
Yeah, it's page 6, 7, and then the character creation. If you want to make a mixed character between the 3 games, it's on 8 and 9, and all the new saving throws, so we could have some standardization. And if y'all go to the Barrows and Borderlands website right now, y'all can download the PDF version of Radioactive Boogaloo and go ahead and see what the games look like when they're mixed together.
Okay.
And you can join the Barrows and Borderlands Discord at discord.gg/Barrows and Borderlands.
Let me see if I can get that.
Tag that in there. I can send it in the private.
Yeah. Give me the.
Yeah.
Because I have the Discords for my Discord, and then the Sci-Fi for Me TV.
One other thing I wanted to mention with the PDFs. One of the PDFs is Matt's hex map that he made for Barrows and Borderlands. Correct, Matt?
Yeah. I threw it together.
Go ahead.
That one was mainly because my home table hex map. We use the Outdoor Survival board, and I know that you can get them sometimes on eBay. They pop up everywhere, but I was like, well, I don't want to like reference using it if nobody can find it. So I handmade one that lines up to the board with some modifications to fit our campaign setting, and that's just free downloadable on the B&B website. And you could print it out at home and use it to track your game. And then we've been playing on that map for a very long time. I guess a lot of people have technically because of the Outdoor Survival board, but so yeah, I mean, you can download all that stuff. The website will, if you click on it in the products tab, it'll redirect you to the drive-through for the free stuff. I found out recently that Shopify was charging me for my free downloads on the site, so now they redirect you. Drive-through doesn't do that, so
okay.
But yeah, so we've got that, and we've play tested it with my home players. I've got guys running around the campaign world right now who are Deodant star mages and elvish rune singers, and so yeah, it's been pretty good. It plays well, and it also plays well even if you don't mix the characters together. So some people are using B&B character sheets, some are using the Arduin character sheets, and some are just using index cards and writing out their 0 edition gaming characters. And I have no issue with them at the same table, especially with the compatibility guide. It kind of walks you through it. I mean, the website has some other compatibility guides as well. So if folks out there, I know a lot of folks like Shadow Dark, and I've got a compatibility write-up up on the website under musings.
I was going to ask that because, like one of the things I've been into really is with the Troll Lord guys and Castles and Crusades, and so you've got your rule set, but then you've also got an adventure in Barrows and Borderlands as well, or how are you set up in that, or how would you integrate something like that?
Well, like I said, I've got it up on the website, but the gist of it is, like let's say somebody comes to my table and they really want to do like a Shadow Dark fighter or something, where when they level up, they'll roll dice to see what they get and that kind of thing. Just run them at the table. I mean, they're rolling dice to see what they're trying to hit anyway. I might tell them to use descending armor class so that I don't get confused when people are telling me numbers. But either way works fine. I actually have a compatibility for that in Barrows of Borderlands as well. Just a quick little how to use ascending armor class if you like that better. And I've got a few of those compatibilities planned to put on the site and everything.
Any of your newer gamers are probably going to be more familiar with that as opposed to the descending, right? So,
well, it's funny. I actually have a. So I went on the site and I was challenging myself last night, and I was like, how do I do a 5e compatibility guide with the Portal to Adventure content?
right.
And I sat there and I typed up. I went, okay. And then basically I stripped 5e and wound up. Yeah, I found out that if you
rewrote it, you rewrote.
Well, here's the thing. It only took 8 bullet points. If you get rid of 5e feats, subclasses, and skills, then you wind up with BX D&D. And then from there, you just add in the content like you would for BX.
Yeah.
So, you can find that on the website too. So, I mean, but my thing is, I wanted folks to be able to use the content that comes in the game. But even if you just want it for the referee advice, I mean, Hargrave sits there and he talks about one time he gave a magic item that was too powerful and how to deal with that in your campaign, or
which that happens to all of us DMs.
Yes, it does. But it's spread throughout there. And I mean, I don't know how much you'll get out of my musings, but I've got referee advice, or at least how I run my Game of Games campaign, which is my 100+ player game. I have notes about that in there, and in Radioactive Boogaloo.
So you're running. I mean, that's really old school style. If you've got that many players in it, are you doing it kind of in a West Marches style, or where people can jump in and out, or how are you handling something like that?
I use the 1-to-1 time.
West Marches.
I do
Arneson.
I mean the Blackmore style of like camp. Yeah, there we go.
I do it Blackmore style. So pretty much the players they have multiple characters. They're all living in the world. I do 1-to-1 time, which I'm not one of the guys that's going to say, oh, you have to do that, but we do it for ours because we've got 100 people, so it makes things easier. But and we run it a little bit like a war game too. We've got players that own factions that are fighting each other. The economy of our game is ran by player characters. Like Foxoff RPG, he runs 2 different mercantile guilds in the world and has trading posts set up in different cities. Which, if you've got the Portal to Adventure, you've got the merchant class, the merchant trader, the courtesan, you've got a list of these NPC classes that I call them NPC classes, but I like my NPCs to be PCs. Oh, he's got something cool. So we run it kind of like an MMO. The players are building out the world. They're doing all the actions in it. And if they want to schedule like a conventional game, they'll go in the scheduling tab and say, hey, I've got a party of 6 guys. We're trying to raid this dungeon. We need a referee to run the dungeon for us.
Okay.
And, I've got like 11 referees, so they'll hop in and out. And when we're doing this too, like we've got players that will text role play in the chat. They'll move their characters around the hex board. I use a lot of Google Forms. So when you move your character around, you're just like, my bishop moves to G5. No,
play by mail style.
Some play by mail stuff, and then also some play by person. And then we also have a multiversal setting. So in true Hargravian style, you can travel to different worlds. I have an entire write-up system of like what happens when you jump to a world that uses the mothership role-playing system, or maybe you jump somewhere and they want to run RuneQuest or something, and then you just transfer your character over. Or we've run in trying to think of some of the fun worlds we just did recently. We were in Tecumel with Empire of the Petal Throne, and then we've got a Barsoom adventure planned soon, but it's really player driven. So
I was going to get on Fox because I noticed Multi-Universal Trading Company popped up in a whole bunch of spots there.
Oh, that wasn't Fox. That was all me. I found out that was the easiest way to say there's a store in a town. Thank you, Hargrave.
There you say. The only thing I was going to hit you up with here, I'm doing it right on live. I think you said only towns of 2-star or more have it, but there's some 1-stars that had that.
Oh, that's where we got to get on Fox for. Fox, you've been messing up my server.
Oh, no, yeah.
So what is this? Griff is back. Did you find it?
Hello.
Did you find what you were looking for?
This is happening right when I'm supposed to be making dinner.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So, I just made soup, but I just wanted to make sure it wasn't burning. So
Yeah. No, I did that the other day. I made, I was trying to make bean soup, and it's the first time I've ever used dried beans. And I had soaked them, for like about 8 to 10 hours, but it took almost 2 days for them to finish. It was like 36 hours
for a long time. Yeah, if they've been sitting for a long time.
Yeah,
they do that.
Yeah, I used canned before, so yeah.
Well,
what do I know?
I'm assuming you were about to ask about the Multiversal Trading Company, and I will let George and Dave tell you all about that, but I'll just say it's one of the coolest things that makes my life easier as a referee. But
so tell us all about this. What is this?
Well, like I said, like Matt says, he's been incorporating more and more of Arduin, right into B&B and how they play. And like Multiversal Trading Company was a company that was universal wide, that was in Arduin, that could give you access to all types of equipment and items, high-tech things in Arduin. So it was a way for Hargrave to have things that could come from different worlds into the world, or come from your world to the outside. So Matt, like he said, in his game, I know Fox and some others have taken that. It's a way for Matt to have stores in different locations in his world that has all types. Dave had these huge price lists on all types of items. You could buy all types of magic and, like I said, high-tech weapons from what was called the Multiversal Trading Company. But it was also a homage because Dave Hargrave owned an actual game store, and it was called Multiversal Trading Company. So it was a real life game store, and he put that into the Arduin universe.
That's fascinating. All right, so what is this about these? Look at that! I got a chair stream now. I should make that one big. What's this 1-star, 2-star towns you were talking about?
So
explain this one to me.
You explain
and
it.
This is something that so I'm building off of a Hargrave idea, and this one will show up more if you come play the game with me. You'll see it right away. But in the next Radioactive Boogaloo free download PDF, Radioactive Tougaloo, I'll talk more about it in there. But it is so Hargrave in Arduin, he does this system where he rates inns and taverns based on a 1 through 5 star rating, like Michelin stars.
Sure.
And I looked at that and I was like, oh, this is the best part of this book. Because like all the other cool stuff aside, I was like the star rating system. Because what it did is you could put an inn in any town and just put 2-star on it. And then the list would tell you, like, okay, so a 2-star inn costs this much to stay there, has this food available and that sort of thing. So you didn't have to like write out every single tavern in your world. You could just be like, well, it's a 2-star. So you know what money you have to pay, what food's going to be there. And then, so what I did is I kind of went, okay, well, what else can I use that for? And cities was one of them. So I rate the cities in my world 1 through 6-star, with the only difference between a 5 and a 6-star being 6-star cities are capital cities. So and that tells me, like, if you're in a 2-star town, I know that there's going to be like a blacksmith and a court and these sort of things in that town without having to write it out every single time. So when we're playing on the Discord, your character, if you're doing solo play or whatever else, and you enter a 2-star town, the basic things that'll be there. And then if there's anything special, well, then I write out the special stuff, but I don't have to rewrite the boring stuff over and over.
It saves you all the. And then
So I went, okay, well, what else can I use it for? So the guilds in our world, the guilds are rated 1 through 6-star again, 6-star being multiversal when it comes
Yeah.
to guilds. And those guilds can, you can level up faster. You can learn spells in the mages college and mages guilds. The fighters guilds will get you jobs, slayers guilds for assassins, and thieving guilds and all this other stuff that, that okay, there's a 2-star guild. It's going to cost me this much to join. The dues cost me this much, and I'm going to get these benefits from it. So I've been playing around with the star system from Hargrave a little bit. I've gone a little crazy in the next Radioactive Boogaloo with it. But yeah, it's been fun. It makes the campaign very easy to run. It also means that if there's like a town or a village or a guild that I haven't fleshed out, I've just given them a name. Another one of my referees can come in and fill that information out for me. And I know that they're not going to go too crazy because, well, they know that it's a 2-star village or a 3-star guild or whatever else. But that's sort of the gist of it all. Yeah,
Well,
we've got
it's kind of a good way.
things like that.
Yeah.
And
It's kind of.
no,
Go ahead.
go ahead, Jeff. Go ahead.
I was gonna say that. No, I like that. I like that idea. And I've got the
and
QR code up there.
you're going to see that also in the future too.
Okay.
In Arduin, Bloody Arduin, coming down the road.
Yeah, I was reading something about that. So you guys are planning on fulfilling this really quick, right? I mean, for the most part, what is it? When are the PDFs going to be out, and when is the box supposed to ship? You think
the PDFs are scheduled for December? They have those available, but again, December for the PDFs, February for all the physical products, 2026. But in both cases, whatever is able to be completed as quick as possible, then we will ship. So if everything is situated for the PDFs to be delivered to everybody, then they'll go immediately as soon as they're ready before December, if possible.
Okay.
And the same with the physical product. If we're able to compile everything we need together as quick as possible, then we will ship as fast as possible to everybody and try to get everyone's hands. I don't want to promise a certain date, because you never know. We're situated here in Buffalo, and 3 companies involved, and we got 3 different types of shipping going on to each other. So, I like I said, we're confident. We have good
shipping. You mean driving?
Someone's going to be driving to Buffalo for the first time and delivering box sets, but we have a plan. We have some backup plans, but I will say this: if everything comes to fruition and aligns the way we believe, we think everybody will be getting everything much sooner than February. Let me put it as long as everything comes together.
And let me read this from Ultra because he pointed out I missed it, like trying to look at 4 different screens here. He says he was putting out Portal Adventure as Ultra American Made. Yeah, he's making a play off of his name.
Ultra American Made is true. In the
you're
game,
about it as American as you can get. Right?
Well, in the game itself. Okay. So this is a fun story. Ultra and I had a conversation about horses that lasted for 5 days.
I believe it.
And long story short, he hated my horses. I didn't explain enough. So when I was gathering stuff for the 3rd printing and everything and getting things together, I went, okay, you know what? I'm going to add another description here for these horses. And in the book, I actually have at the end of it that the horses are Ultra approved to make sure there were no more arguments about it.
Oh, now
look at that.
I confirmed that he liked my horse
funny.
rules before I finished publishing. And not just that, there was another conversation. This one's hilarious, but okay. He was playing in a game, and Jacob, one of the other referees, gave him a magic item. I actually think it was his character gave him his magic item, and it was just a +2 spear. Nothing crazy, just +2 spear. He gets this thing, and he goes on Discord and goes, what does that spear do again? And our buddy Mark, who introduced me, between him and Griff, introduced me to George and Dave, he was messing with Hunter a little bit. He goes, "Oh, it drains 5 hit points every round that you use it," and he was like, "What? No, that's not what it does." This went on for another couple days, by the way.
Yeah.
Of Mark just messing with him, and he's like, "I just got off the phone with Jacob. He's in the Bahamas on vacation. Just confirmed it does drain 5 hit points from your," and it was hilarious. But so there's a new magic item in the game now called the Ultra Spear that drains 5 hit points from your character. It has my favorite description of any magic item. It's worth pulling up. So the Ultra Spear, one of the miscellaneous magic items. Let me see here. Forged by dwarven blacksmiths, enchanted under the light of a total eclipse, and bathed in the blood of demons. The Ultra Spear is a +2 spear at its base. As long as the spear is on its wielder's person, all horses ridden will count as light horse for movement purposes. In addition, this spear will drain 5 hit points from its wielder each time it is used. And there is a 1 in 10 chance, or 1 in 100 chance to instantly kill a creature hit by the Ultra Spear. And I went back and told him, "That's the spear. See, it's in the game."
Yeah. You know, I would use that once. My little 4 hit point wizard would use that one, and it would die.
Yeah, there you go. Well, that's why you need to use the Hargrave hit point system. You'll start with more.
Oh, okay. Well, that's how Chuck killed me in that CNC Patreon game.
There you go.
I saw a glowing sword. I'm like, yeah, we're gonna go grab that and throw it, you know. And yeah, it hit, and it, you know, killed me for 6 hit points, and I only had 4. So,
Oh my gosh.
well, you know, first level. What can you say? Yeah, this isn't. These games are not 5e, that's for sure, you know. Which is what
I've been told that my my dungeons are a little hard. I guess some people don't know how to handle them, I guess.
Oh boy, here we go.
So one of the players, Fox Off RPG, said that my Dracula in Space dungeon is a 6th level funnel. And, and then so when we were getting things together as well for the Rancid Mall, George and Dave decided, yeah, let's make this, because we've got in the Radioactive Boogaloo, you've got a 1st through 4th level dungeon, you know, made for characters of 1st through 4th, which is always a lie. And then the Dracula in Space, it says that it's made for levels 5th through 8th.
Yeah.
Tonus board kind of goes down, assumedly that you're a certain level on a certain level, but at the same time, you can get lost in there. So, but then we were like, okay, well, then the Rancid Mall that's going to be in the Arduin trilogy, that's going to be like super deadly, 8+ level dungeon.
Yeah, add a 0 to those numbers.
Yeah. So that's what they said, is that you got to add a 0 to it, because I came up with a couple of the rooms, and I was like, yeah, we can have like 12 gray horrors in here, and then we've got a pit that drops you down into hell, and then you know, like, so, you know, it's not for the faint of heart.
No, yeah, we kind of let Matt go wild a little bit there. So, and I joked that the 8+ level rating, we forgot to put a 1 in front of the 8, so it should be 18 level.
Hey, there's no unavoidable deaths.
Yeah,
if the players are smart, they can figure it out.
Yeah, and I did notice, Griff, with Tonnesburg, it seems to escalate. It's 10 levels, but it seems like each level basically means you need to be a level higher, because it gets worse and worse the lower you go.
Well, yeah, it's weird because, you know, the old D&D, you can it's structured so you can fight anything that is in there, you know, and so you just need a lot of hit points. So I run groups of like 12 PCs or more.
Me too.
You know, I'll have like a group of 8 players, and all of them have 2 characters. So we got a party of 16 going down there, and it's weird. Players just run into stairs because it's as vertical as it is horizontal.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And they just go in there and they're like, "Oh, a stairway. Let's take it." What they don't know is that it's not set up like a standard dungeon where it's like an apartment building, like a pancake of like levels. You know, they're kind of separated. So I'm describing like, well, you go down about maybe 150 feet or so,
right?
And then suddenly they're down on the 6th level. They're all 1st level characters.
Yeah,
I don't know. It's just, and what are you supposed to do, right? It's just like
it's an awesome dungeon though. I can't believe. Okay, you've got to tell me, Griff, because I don't know the answer to this one. Where did y'all find that thing? Where was it hidden?
Oh,
Yeah.
it's like there's all this footage from the documentary that we saved back during editing because we thought we were going to do another movie. And so there was an interview where we were talking with McGarry and Wesley and I think Ross at McGarry's house. And McGarry was like, "Oh, wait a minute, I have this dungeon." And he's like, he just leaves the table and goes off to his basement to find it. And he shows up and he's got this stack of papers. And he's just like, "Yeah, I have this old dungeon." So we were looking at it, and the first thing I thought was like, this looks exactly like Blackmore. It has the same weird shapes, right? All the weird angles, and hallways that just bisect spaces and create weird areas. It's almost impossible, It's like the mapping is ridiculous in it, and so Wesley and Ross were looking, and they said, "Oh, but there are knolls in here, so it can't predate D&D, right? Because Gary created the knolls." And so then it was McGarry who kind of mentioned, like, I think it might be a copy of Tanisborg. And so long story, but Dan Boggs sent copies of the levels to Greg Svensson, who drew Tanisborg, and it turned out Greg was like, "Yeah, that's my handwriting." So it's a Xerox copy of the original dungeon, and it's the only copy that still remains in existence.
Wow.
And
cool.
That is cool.
yeah, so we scanned it. It's all scanned, like the book. The I'm trying to think if this one is black and white or color. Oops, the other one. We have color versions and black and white versions. I think to keep costs down, we made the new book that's available all black and white. But yeah, it's all black and white. But we did publish versions that have like the original dungeon levels in color.
Oh wow!
And it's cool, I've been running it for years. I started running it after we found it. I just started running it, and I just add in my own ideas, and like you were doing. I think you were mixing with Barrows and Borderlands, and so people were running around in the dungeon with guns and stuff.
Yes.
That's great. Like, I want to do more stuff like that myself. I like to do stuff with setting and stuff, and so yeah, I don't know. It's just fun,
You like to mix up kind. I mean, Gonzo has got a lot of folks have kind of have differing opinions, and I may be biased too, because I know there's I've looked at some stuff. I know some guys that are out there that are making stuff that is Gonzo, and it's like, well, do you want sci-fi in my fantasy or fantasy in my sci-fi? It's like Reese's Peanut Butter Cups, the commercials from the 70s and 80s.
Yeah.
And to hear you guys, the way you guys talk about it, it's like, oh, you got to try it, man. You got to try it. So I don't
really see them as being different. So like whenever I think of fantasy, I think of Clark Ashton Smith and Fritz Leiber and Howard and the pulp fiction guys, because that was really my love. And then you've got Fafner and Grey Mouser encounter aliens at one point.
Yeah.
And Clark Ashton Smith's Hyperborea is set in the far future, and so is Zothique. Zothique's even further in the future.
Yeah.
And like it's got undertones of it. I mean, every session of my game is not just Star Wars, but we've got fantasy, but it's that delving deep in a dungeon, and then the walls are starting to turn metal, and then there's these weird black mirrors that are showing green lights on them, and you're like, whoa, where am I? Like the Barrier Peak sort of feel. And
right. I was gonna say even Gary did some of that stuff,
and it goes all the way back to Arneson, because I've seen in Secrets of Blackmore, y'all talk about it, and Bill Hoyt was laughing about one time they were doing a war game and they had like war elephants, and somebody brought out like a phaser. Yeah, Blackmore Foundation.
It's in there. It's all the original write-ups of Blackmore before D&D was created, before Arneson and Gary were talking. He's mixing sci-fi with fantasy.
Yeah.
And but I hate the term Gonzo, because Gonzo makes it seem like it's kind of stupid. That word kind of implies that it's kind of stupid. And
It's got a
I
negative
think
connotation.
it has a negative connotation. And I do the same thing that Matt's doing. I mix up sci-fi with fantasy, and it makes it more interesting. I guess there's that whole literary style of sword and planet. So it's a planet, and there's magic on the planet,
Yeah.
but there's also decrepit tech. Empire of the Petal Throne is really a sci-fi
Yep.
post-apocalypse. It's like far-flung future planet that gets sucked into a pocket universe, and then society collapses. But it's like these people live in these sort of like Roman, a mix between like the Romans and maybe the Inca and Aztec.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. Almost
and
Southeast Asian too. It's got a lot of cool.
yeah,
Kind of.
it's got all kinds of stuff. But then you have, if you go down in the dungeon, there are subways, and the subways take you between the cities. And we were doing an interview. The guys are having me interview some of the old Arduin guys, and one of them was talking about a dungeon. I forgot what the dungeon was called, but the player described it as like a really sci-fi setting. And they were going down into this like totally sci-fi place, and then these guardian things showed up, like robots or something, and he didn't have the sense to just leave them alone and was messing with them, and he got taken out. And it was that sort of thing of like, you have characters, you have a stable of characters, and you bring them to different sessions of different DMs, right?
Yeah.
So the guy shows up with this character that's something ridiculous, like, I don't know, 15th, 20th level, whatever. And he said within a half an hour of the game, his character got killed.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
and in the old days, you were nursing these characters for years. In my own campaign, I don't know how Arduin leveling up works. It might be a little faster, but there are more levels. In original D&D, my original campaign, I think it took 2 years for the thief character to get to 9th level, and everybody else was like at maybe 5th, 6th level
Yeah.
in that 2-year span. And there was a trail of dead bodies throughout the dungeon from, and so I'm losing the thread here, but it's a mixture of a lot of things. I guess that's my point. It's like,
Yeah.
if you start mixing it up, it's interesting.
Well,
Yeah.
when you're in,
Go ahead.
real quick. Well, I was going to say, like, if you're in the, like, if you guys come join the campaign there, I mean, most of the time you're going to be there. There's going to be, there's some mutants and there's this radiation thing going on, but the world outside the Borderlands is living in almost a 17th century flintlock and saber sort of world. There's sailing ships and all that, because they don't really understand the tech. To them, it would be the same as magic. You've got this black mirror that shows lights on it. They don't know it's a computer. That, for all they know, it's a witch's black mirror. But yeah, so it's hidden sci-fi. I have a city out in the world where this ancient library is, but it's guarded by, they call them angels, but they're just giant mech creatures. So
I think it was Baron in the chat who was alluding to that about Asimov, his quote about magic and technology, and I believe it's basically to the effect of that technology that's in advanced of whatever your civilization is looks like magic to you. So certainly it's plausible, for to go down that path and say, well, look, these guys, like you said, they're kind of 17th century, and they're looking at seeing some sort of technological marvel, and to them it is magic. It's no different than magic. And I guess, am I going down the right path there? I think that's
I think you can treat it however you want to treat it. I mean, as a if you've been playing for a long time, if you're the referee, you want to do interesting things that are new for you.
Yeah.
And after a while, the tropes get pretty worn out, so you want to introduce other things.
Yeah.
And so, like when I was doing my mashup campaign, that was it was a space station floating around the planet of Tecumel, and I mixed a bunch of different systems. But at one point, the characters found in like a subway train in this space station, and they're like, they're trying not to metagame, so they're like, we'll get into the funny room that just floated up out of the floor, and we'll press the button or whatever. So they go traveling to a place. They end up in a swamp. They go wandering around the swamp, and then they run into these giant bats they sort of communicate. It feels like telepathy, but really it's just they communicate through their body motions and gestures. But
Yeah.
but it's so effective that it feels like they're telepathically communicating to you. And they bring the players to this place, and there's a freaking dragon there, and it's a big metallic-looking giant dragon. The players didn't know that the dragon was one of the AIs that live that are still alive in the spaceship, and it had downloaded its consciousness into this body that it had built by these bats, and it wanted to be a dragon and be free to roam around and do whatever it wants as one of the AIs, because there was a whole like upper level that the AIs were at war, and it wanted to get away from their world and be sort of separate and be able to function with the humans. But it didn't. It was on an umbilical cord, so they noticed this dragon had this like cable that was connected, this rope, connected into the wall, and so they impressed this image into the players' minds of this thing. They were like, you have to seek this thing out, and it was this symbol, and I didn't show them what the symbol was, but it was a radiation symbol. They needed to go out and find a source of like, plutonium or something on the ship somewhere and bring it back so that the dragon would have its own power source and be able to be free of the umbilical cord that was powering it at the time. I don't know. I mean, is that gonzo, or is that taking sci-fi and fantasy and blending them into this like other place?
Yeah.
When from our viewpoint, Arduin, of course, always had everything from horror to Western to everything. And I think the same thing, just like Griff said, and I know Matt is on board with this too. Gonzo has such a negative connotation, where to us the weirdness, the proper way for what these games were back in the day, Blackmore and Arduin, it allowed you to mix and match different genres and not break the game. And that's where I feel the strength is. And I think that's been taken to where Gonzo, they say, it's not clowns with laser guns and weird stuff like that, just stupid things, to be honest. No, you can mix it in, just kind of to Griff's point and Matt's point too, where you can have interesting scenarios. Everything, the last 10 minutes, what Griff was just talking about, that's really cool. That's an interesting scenario. And I don't think that breaks anything, because it's a metallic dragon. It's a steel dragon. And the creatures are still creatures. It adds a cool element. And one of the things people have to realize, your world, and if you have systems that can handle anything like, Arduin, Taunusberg, B&B, you can play any scope of a game you want. If you want a Hyborian ancient game with low magic, you can do it. If you want something that's high fantasy, Lord of the Rings, you can do it. You want Thundar the Barbarian, post-apocalyptic, sci-fi, horror, Cthulhu, Western, throw in whatever you want, you can do it. And the system can handle it, with very little tweaking. And I think people get this view that these games are, I got 6 machine guns and I got a grenade launcher and I got my power armor and it's like, no, it's not like that at all. Not even close. It's a lot more, the silliness isn't there, because just like what Griff was describing or Matt was talking about, it's a seriousness in the game. It makes sense to the world of the game. And it allows for very cool sessions that the GM could be creative and the players can have fun with it too. So to us, that's where I think the strength of is it. And it's unfortunate that Gonzo gets this real negative connotation, because I think most people use it in a negative context. I think a lot of people.
That's Gonzo. Yeah,
Gonzo. I don't want to play that game, or that's what I hate, is the preconceived notion of what these games are. And I think people are missing out because they just assume, and I know this from Arduin's standpoint because we see it, they completely dismiss it without, why don't you give it a chance? Why don't you read some of the material? The bundle, and I'm going to go back to the Kickstarter. Why don't you take a look at Arduin B&B and Taunusberg and look how much coolness you have, old school. And guess what? Right now, I can tell you right now, with all this package that you have, I can do a Hyborian Conan game. I can do a Pendragon Arthurian game. I can do a Thundar the Barbarian. You know what? I'll even throw in, if I want to have some Star Wars and Battlestar Galactica and some mech warriors, we can do that too, right, Matt? We can have some robots thrown in there. Or, you know,
He's pulling out the books again here.
You know,
yeah,
I added laser
that's
swords.
right, laser swords. Huh? I wonder what that is, Matt. Right?
that's weird.
I've never heard of laser swords. Next thing you know, they're going to be space wizards.
Yeah.
Well,
and just like real quick, what Griff was talking about. You know what? That's pretty cool and inspiring.
Right.
What Griff was describing, and you can play it with this bundle. And
that's the whole classic RPG approach too. Is just like, I think people are so fixated on they get a product and they've got to use the product the way it is in the box. Yeah. And the systems are designed, they're so unique, and they've developed all these different ways for doing things. And so they're not like the classic RPG stuff is fairly plug and play. You can take a character from one game and throw it in another, and or you can figure out a way to, change its stats so that you can play with that character in this game. Right. And so there's a lot more freedom to explore and just create stuff that way. And sorry, that was just my little.
No, I love it. I was touching on this earlier.
That's the whole thing. Is just like that's the whole classic RPG, OSR, all of that. It's like I got all this stuff and I can put it together. My mashup campaign was I had played some 3rd edition and I liked the D20 system, so I just lifted that mechanic because it was like, oh, that's easier than using charts. And then I decided I wanted to have a space station. I wanted something like Metamorphosis Alpha. Yeah. But I wanted magic and just weirdness. And so I put it over Tecumel so that I could have a little bit of conversation between the peoples on, going back and forth. Maybe there's some teleportation device or something. And then I just grabbed my OD&D books for equipment and stuff. And I didn't tell the players that they were actually playing giant spiders. And so the whole first session was the description of them hatching out of these you wake up without any memory inside this big opaque ball. And it was just them hatching. And then they would run into humans, and I described them as the sausage people. And,
sausage people.
And so it was great fun just treating them with that, Yeah, and it was great. And then you just throw in. I guess my point was that there's also the attitude that I'm going to break the system, right? And the original DMs, the ones that created a lot of this published stuff, were like, let's break it and see what happens. Or let's just, we can always metagame back. It's like, hey, I gave you this thing. It's too powerful. I need to dial it back, or we're not going to have any fun,
Or you can do it.
And you just have that conversation. Right. Or you do the opposite. One of the two. But there is that whole, we're collaborating in this game, and it's like, I changed the world map because I wanted it to be bigger and I wanted more rivers. So here's the new map. This is where you guys are adventuring. It's still the same world, but you got to metagame it forward a little bit because it's going to be better. Right.
This is a good example of one of the just referee notes in here. So I've got Welcome to Skull Tower, which is the second Arduin Grimoire that comes in the set. But he talks about it here. He says, it seems a lot of people like power swords, force blades, energy sabers, monomolecular filament edge swords, and the like. Well, I guess that I am as guilty as anyone else on this account. Because a couple of years ago, I gave out a sword that had an edge of Mu Mesons, which cut through the magnetic lines of force that bind atoms together. So he gave a player an atom-splitting blade. Yeah. And then George, the character that received the damn thing, went on his nonchalant way, wreaking utter havoc wherever he went, on friends as well as foes. One DM after another saw his most cherished ugly blown away without even a fare thee well. And more than one friend sliced neatly in two as George's sword lopped off the attacking ugly's arm, and his sword continued around its arch through anyone else standing near him. It got so that nobody else wanted, no other player in the area wanted to see George headed his way. No referee either. It was obviously not a good situation. But as it turned out, one of my fellow DMs had the answer. George was sent on a terrible quest by his patron god. He must fight his way down 13 levels to the very bottom of the dread and feared dungeon. If he survived, he'd be enlisted in the rank of demigods that surround all the more mighty of the gods. And if he failed, well, that would be that. To everyone's surprise, George succeeded and is now in the ranks of the demigods. There are also a couple scrolls that summon George, and the possessors of them are rightly feared by all. George is happy, the DMs are happy, and I think I learned my lesson. Now, where did I put my lightsaber?
Yeah. Yeah, that's definitely one of those situations where it's just trying to figure out.
And in Arduin, you know, to the whole point of everything, or in any game, power attracts power.
Yeah.
So just like Griff said, you can either rally it back or you match it, and then you have that challenge, and you know, one way or the other, something gets resolved.
Players don't live that, or characters don't live that long in Arduin, so
no, they don't.
With that crit hit, or with the crit and fumble table in there, we had somebody at Arnicon actually that we were play testing Dracula in Space for the folks up there, and they got into a fight in an elevator with a bunch of vampires, and they were all like rushing in there, and some of them are able to like lob some heads off, but for some reason that like these vampires are not dying. And then one of the guys who had shaved down a steak earlier, he got a nat 20. I said roll on the crit table, and he got instant through the heart, or it said through the heart, instantly dead. And I was like, this is perfect. He rolled that on the D100, and I was like, you stab him, the vampire explodes into dust. And then from that point on, they had morale. They started fighting a little bit better. But no, it was an awesome moment. But the monsters can do that to you too. So
yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Hey, you know what's funny? We talk about the difficulty of the games, and I know you mentioned it before, Matt. It's like all the modules in this bundle, the Lost Dungeons of Tonisberg, the Dracula in Space, and the Rancid Maw, they're all funnels. It's kind of like what you were speaking of, Griff, earlier. You got to have like 3 characters each and see who survives at the end.
Well,
it's...
well, I was just gonna say, from what I hear, a lot of the old players would have probably taken armies down there. So,
yeah.
I was just gonna say that these terms, I don't know what these things are. Like, people talk about all this stuff these days, like a funnel. I have no idea what a funnel is.
So that comes from,
you know,
that comes, at least I see it most in Dungeon Crawl Classics.
I was gonna say DCC is one of the.
You start the game with 0 level characters. You make a bunch of them, and then whichever ones survive the horrible experience you're about to go through becomes your actual character.
Isn't that playing D&D?
Yes.
Yes.
That is why the joke about all of them being funnels, because it's like, you got 4 characters, let's see how they do. And yeah, Dracula in Space is a little mean. But lots of treasure to be found. I mean, there's freaking laser swords in there.
The only complaint I heard about your game is that you don't foreshadow things enough, and people can just die.
I put a skull on a door.
Okay, that's a foreshadowing. If there's a skull on the door, then you shouldn't go through that door.
I mean,
right?
Didn't somebody do a module with a big mouth that, you know, you shouldn't stick your head or hand,
that is true,
let alone your body into?
Yeah.
So the first time we ran it at the convention, I think that was the one that Chris was in on, and we had so many deaths that night. It was an impromptu, and you know, people were getting like cut in half, exploded, turned to dust. And then the second day we ran it, which was the actual like convention game, the players showed up, and I think 2 of them were ready from the night before. They were ready for my craziness, and they're like, no, don't walk in there, don't touch that, let's look at it a little harder.
You established the standards. Yeah,
but
well, that's kind of the old school thing too. It's just like, you know, you say what you do.
Yeah,
that's, you know,
and that's something that I think a lot is lost on a lot of the newer players. They're so used to playing by what their sheet says. If it's not on their sheet, they don't think that they can do it, you know.
Yeah, I don't give at my open table game, brand new players usually don't get a character sheet.
Really?
They show up and I go, you're playing, what's your name? Todd? You're playing Todd. All right, yeah. Todd, do you want a sword or do you want to do spells? He goes, oh, I want to do spells. Okay, cool. You know these 3 spells, and here's a die. I'll tell you when to roll it. And he doesn't roll ability, and doesn't do anything else. It's not until later where he goes, okay, well, I saw that dude playing like a robot samurai thing. I kind of want to try that out. That I go, okay, well, maybe we'll give you a character sheet.
Yeah.
So, because it gets their first session in mind of like, oh, I'm just me. I need to figure out how to survive this situation. I can do what I can do.
Yeah.
And so I think it puts them in a better headspace. I mean, obviously everybody has fun when they've got like their 10th level character and they've got this long character sheet and they've filled out and they've got all their items they've stored. But I think that you're right. A lot of people rely on that character sheet.
It's a crutch.
That's not really
or a cage, I guess, would be.
Yeah.
It's like a crib.
It depends.
In old school.
It depends on if you're relying on like what's in your equipment list.
Yeah.
Or, I played with some people in a more modern game. I don't even remember what it was, but it just seemed like it was all focused on my character skills and, they're rifling through their abilities and like, oh, I've got this feat. I can use this feat. There wasn't the, what if we go up the passage and there was that room with like a bunch of barrels and tables and chairs and we see if we can make a bridge out of this or something to get across this little river or something.
Use your brain, not your sheet,
Yeah.
Try and be creative.
Yeah. I'm much more into that kind of game.
Yeah. And not necessarily, I know there's a lot of argument about or against and for the whole narrative play where it's all about, the story is the first. And then there's the people from the other side that are like, no, it's about the mechanics. And it's like, well, it's kind of a blend,
I see the story of a game is what happened last session when you're telling it to someone else and you're like, oh my God, you're not going to believe what happened last session. That's the story. And then the narrative part of it, or like the I like the immersive. I think Robert Kuntz was talking about immersion in games the other day on X, and I really liked his post because that's exactly how I see it. It's like, yeah, you put in some flavor when you're describing stuff and you're making it sound cool. You're not just going like, and then you walked into the next room, 5 goblins, but
but you remember the really amazing, whatever situation that you had. I mean, I can still recount stuff, and so can my wife, from games that we played 20 some odd years ago. It's a memory now. It's like, her character Shamil, she went and she played a gnome rogue, and they were and the bard was they were going up against, and they some what was it, I think giants or something like that, and instead of getting into combat, they wound up drinking beer or something like that. So it's it's just weird, and when you, especially when you get together in a group or you're talking with amongst yourselves with your friends, and you're like, yeah, remember when we did this? And it's we thing, it's not a remember when my character did. No, it's we. It's a memory.
Something else on that too is like, if you're doing these moments, a lot of times to like make it more immersive, there's stuff that you could do, like not telling them what monster they're fighting. Just do something like, oh, the dead animated right in front of you, and they've got these weird runes all over their body. They don't know if that's a basic skeleton or some sort of weird spell casting on it. They have no clue what that is. And I think Hargrave touched on that too. And then I know, from what I hear from the Blackmore bunch guys I met, was that was what Arneson was kind of the master at, was that immersion in his game. Whenever you were going down in the catacomb, or like the dungeon levels of Blackmore, and the characters would run away screaming from the monsters and all this, and it's like, he didn't just, I don't know for sure, but I don't know, Griff probably talk more on that, but I mean, when Paul Stormberg ran the Blackmore session up at Arnicon, he didn't tell us right off the bat that we were fighting a fire elemental. He was like, you go in this chamber and there's just these coals all over the ground, and in the middle of the flame are just these 2 black dots, and then it started attacking us, and we were like, oh my God, we're gonna die. So
yeah. Well, and then there's the other, does my character know what? No, well, I've been watching some of the streams. I know Greg Christopher Chubby Funster. He had somebody Crispy come and review his stream that he did with a couple of the guys, and of course Crispy loves the 4D play. Are you guys familiar with the whole 4D concept? Full immersion, and I would have asked Matt to describe it, Lord Mattias, but he just checked out. But I'm not sure if I could do the 4D thing. I think it's
That are we talking like lights and fog machines?
No.
I do that at my home tables.
No, that's cool. I'm talking about like where everything you say you're in character, always in character, and in that the referee never, it's as a player you don't ask, can I? You just say what you're going to do, and it's a whole mindset thing. And I'm not sure
all of my players' characters would be dead.
Right. Well, what would happen if I don't know? Try. You can always try, but that seems to be one of the big things now that some of the guys are into, and like I said, Lord Mateus or Mattias, however he pronounces it, and Gary were going off on and talking about it an episode or two ago. So. But I did want to bring up the different pledge levels, because you guys are at let's see, I think you're narrowing in on 42,000 here. You've got 243 backers now, so it's gone up a couple. Yeah. Just from our stream here. So I don't know if that's because of our stream, but
it's doing well. You said, Jeff, you want us to go over the
tiers? I was gonna say, why don't we cover some of the different pledges, because you've got a couple of tiers here.
Okay. Do you want to make that the main screen, or
let me do that.
However you want to do it.
Yeah, we should make Dave explain it all.
Yeah, we'll just make Dave explain it. There you go.
I know Dave's been talking too much. Yeah. So
appreciate the offer, though.
Yeah. So if you go right to the left, anybody who's watching here, you have the first thing, the reward details. $30 gets you the digital PDFs. So you get 9 different PDFs of the core books, and then you also will get the hex map that Matt did and the session guide too. So yeah, everything in the PDF version is detailed out there that you get. So for $30, you just get the PDFs only. It's non-physical. You can't really add on any other add-ons. So it's just the PDFs, and that's it for that version. Then the next step up, $85, you get the Arduin Trilogy box set, which it's more than a trilogy. You're actually getting 5 books.
Right.
You're getting the 2 versions of Volume 1, and they're all detailed out on the Kickstarter there. We have pictures and a brief description, and you also get the Rancid Maw. That's the 5th book, which is the adventure. So you get 5 books. There's dice, 4 character sheets, and then the 2 item guides. So you get the Eurolotus version of Volume 1, the Greg Espinoza that you're showing there,
right,
in Volume 1. And just as a quick note, the 800 plus pages does not count the extra book here.
Okay. Now,
it's not inflated.
Are they were there any text changes between the two, or was it just the artwork? Or
just the artwork? You have pretty much all Greg Espinoza artwork in this version, and Earl Otis on the other one. That was the original. That was the original was Earl Otis.
Right.
When he was a young artist.
Okay. And then Volume 2 and
Volume 2, Welcome to Skull Tower. You get that. And then you'll have Volume 3, which is the Runes of Doom. So you're up to 4 books here. And the books are approximately just a little under 100 pages. I think they're, 96. So it's about 100 pages each.
Okay.
And then after that, you'll get the Rancid Maw, which actually is a sample dungeon that Dave Hargrave put in Volume 1. It's similar to the D&D Blue Book, the Holmes edition, where he puts a sample dungeon at the back. So
Right.
Hargrave did the same thing. He just gave you a map to work with. So what Matt and I did is we've expanded it, gave it a history, filled in rooms. So now you've got a viable full product dungeon. And that's going to be about 28 pages, give or take.
Okay. And then of course character sheets.
4 character sheets.
And these are basically what are they, 8.5 by
They're
5 or something like that?
Yeah,
6?
by 5.5. They're half sheets of paper but they're parchment stock. So they're a nice quality stock.
Okay. And basically it's the you just flip them right over, right?
Yeah, so you kind of just flip them. You do the flip on them and you have the character sheet front and back.
Okay.
And then you get the monster and item card that goes with Rancid Maw, or you could use for any of the dungeons or anything in the game because it's fully compatible.
Okay. So, these are kind of cool. I know these are a thing now, but I've heard you say that they this may be the first case of them having been was Dave Hargrave.
From the best of our knowledge, Dave Hargrave was one of the first to introduce monster and treasure cards back in the day.
Yeah, and now they're pretty. They're an accessory that everybody likes to sell.
Oh, everybody, yeah. I know sometimes people like the paperless, but I think people really love the feel of having something physical.
Tangible.
How cool it is that you have a character sheet and then maybe you have another one of those little binders with all the little slots and you can have your armor and your items and magic stuff in there. It's kind of neat. I think people like that.
Yeah, I do too. I'm I know some people are like, oh, you just need stuff on PDF, and I'm like, I gotta have physical media, man. I love not just collecting it, the stuff sitting on the shelf. I want to be able to go pull a book off the shelf and just thumb through it and maybe sit and relax in the chair and just get some ideas,
Yeah, no, absolutely. And then you get a set of dice, one set of 7 dice.
Yeah, and it's kind of a just random, no specific colors or.
Yeah, we didn't want to drive Matt insane, so yeah, it's bulk dice.
You didn't?
Yeah.
I didn't get the memo.
Oh, yeah, we did. There was some memo that said don't drive Matt nuts for 3 months. So, but then this is the premiere really of the Kickstarter is the bundle.
Right.
Where you're getting everything in a beautiful box.
Right.
And it's the best value at literally 52% discount.
Yeah. And this is the one that includes
the 2 tiers we just talked about are included in this bundle.
Right. Everything from them is in this one.
Yes. So the Arduin Trilogy box set and all the PDFs are included. And obviously you get this beautiful box in here. And then you get all this other material, which, if you want to go through is the B&B box set.
Right.
So we show you get the box, you get the Arduin Trilogy, and then you get the B&B box set.
Right.
Which is limited edition. A lot of the artwork, that cover artwork is always a funny story. So we were going through and, getting artwork out to see what we could use. And Matt saw that. He was like, wow, that's really nice artwork.
Yeah, I heard he was kind of hinting, please, may I have some?
Yeah. And what's funny about that artwork is 25 years old. Matt is 1 year older than
I know.
Yeah.
Oh.
So that was done by Laura Darkstorm Church. We commissioned that from her in the year 2000. And 25 years later, it comes out, and what a perfect fit. You have the Arduin, old man wizard, and now you have the young wizard here in the Barrows and Borderlands.
Yeah.
It's appropriate. And his limited edition, obviously mimics the Arduin with the parchment, the coloration, and we
Right.
just felt that, you know, the whole mix was really good.
Keep it all in the same. Yeah.
Correct. And then you get all the Barrows and Borderlands, all the special edition with the parchment, the men and mutants, and then I think the next one is sorcerers and psychics. Just correct me if I'm wrong, Matt. And
Yeah,
what I would like,
sorcerers, yeah.
yeah, and what I'd like to say, that artwork, Matt has a few of his covers and some interior. Those are Michio Ukumura artwork from Arduin. So Matt was able to convince us to loan him some more artwork to use in the books.
Yeah. And some of these, I mean, you know, obviously Arrow Otis is well known in the D&D community. The other artist that you mentioned, did he do or was one of them that actually was known for some video game stuff too,
Yes,
right?
the artwork you're looking at right now is Michio. The one before and this one,
Mhm.
Michio Okamura was one of the designers, graphic designers for Diablo, the
I
first
love
Diablo.
Diablo.
Yeah, and there's a thank you to Dave Hargrave in
That
there.
bl-
In
Okay.
there. So Dave Hargrave was mentioned in Diablo.
Yeah, I think I saw you
And
point
that's
that out.
yeah, go ahead. It was in the rules or in the back, you know, the very
Yeah.
back in the credits. And that's Michio artwork too. So
Wow.
Matt really liked that one too, right, Matt?
Oh my gosh, yeah, I fell in love with all the Michio stuff.
Yeah.
His gaming history is so cool too. And I was like the art that's even beyond that stuff. I mean, y'all have been collecting art for the game longer than I've been around. So
Yeah. I may have some books that are older than you.
Yeah.
I
And
have
we-
books older than me.
And we have some stuff that never got published that we still have in the archives. And so it's awesome. And the book you're looking at, Radiation Boogaloo,
Mhm.
that has the compatibility guide. It's a limited edition. It's the complete printed version. It's 88 pages, right, Matt?
Yeah.
88 pages.
88 pages, yeah. And,
Yeah.
it expands the game. You know, Radioactive Boogaloo is a line of PDFs that I make, but I'm opening this one up. This is the first one. It'll be print available, and it also comes with it comes with new classes for the game, new races, solo play tools, and even a dungeon in the back that is sort of a starting
that's
dungeon for Barrows and Borderlands, and it is in the Hargravian style, so it could be played with any of the games in the Kickstarter box
Okay.
set, Portal to
Okay.
Adventure.
Yeah.
Well, and I see here the term epic weird science fantasy. So I guess that's probably, maybe that's what we should be calling it instead of using the Gonzo
Hey,
logo.
yeah, look at
term.
the cover. A weird science fantasy, old school style role playing game set in
Yeah.
a dark radioactive wasteland of magic, black powder, and dragons.
And
Yeah.
what's interesting about that comment, Jeff, you could apply that to Barrows and Borderlands,
Right.
Arduin, to Lost Dungeons at Tonisburg, you know, a lot of the Blackmore campaign. And correct me if I'm wrong, Griff, but that could be applied again. I know we've said it over and over. You can apply it to all the stuff in this bundle.
Well,
Yeah.
and here's a classic example, right? Dracula in space. So,
Yep, right
Yeah.
there.
you know,
Oh, what is that? Levels 5 through 8, Matt?
That's
Right.
why.
Yeah.
yep.
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome. That's pretty
Which,
awesome.
which right now, this is only available in this box set, Jeff. It
Okay.
only comes in the parchment, and it's only available right now in this box set.
All right. Well, that's pretty
Yeah.
awesome. Then of
And-
course
and- Yep, he's got his character sheets, and of course, because what gamer can't use more dice? So you get
right. I mean, you know, we've got, you know, I probably my name is Jeff, and I have an addiction. If I can't
Yeah.
walk into a store.
You should have dice support groups for gamers.
Yeah. If I go to a game store, you know, I'm gonna get some dice, and I'm sure. In fact, when we went to the con up there, I bought some dice too. So
That's
you know,
awesome. And
you
then,
know.
and again, this is just some of it. Then you get to the third of the Trinity, as I
Right.
call it, the Lost Dungeons at Tonisburg. And what's more to be said, you have 10-level dungeon, you have history, you have Blackmore. I mean, you've got everything in here. It's a piece of history and a cool, awesome dungeon, and it's got its own system. It
Yeah.
has its own system that I think it's the last 50, 60 pages, Griff, that has OED,
Yeah.
a prior D&D game in there. So it's 152 pages. I mean, 156 pages. So, I mean, the amount of material, and again, we're not even done yet, Jeff.
Yeah, I haven't got to the bottom yet.
Yeah, we haven't. And here's one of the highlights: the 5 combined character sheets, so you can play Arduin, B&B, and Lost Dungeons of Tonisberg all together. Mix and match what you want.
That's pretty awesome. That kind of reminds me of some character sheets I came up with, in the 90s. Because I was the one who had an inkjet, old HP inkjet printer, and we were playing Shadowrun, but we wanted to throw Cyberpunk into it.
Yeah.
And so I came up with a bastardized character sheet, is what I called it.
Yeah.
I found one somewhere once, and I'm like, oh, wow.
And these things, you get 5 of them, but just like you said, Jeff, that's why we're giving you the PDF. Because I can imagine most people are not going to want to touch these. So they're going to want to keep it.
I mean, how many of the old Goldenrod, character sheets, do people have that they're just like, that are unmarred, from way back when?
Yeah. Absolutely. And then we threw in the art prints from Arduin.
Yeah.
That we have. And what these are, this is from Roland Brown. He did the cover, the front and back cover for Arduin Grimoire 4, and he took it and colorized it, and we made beautiful prints. And these come on a very nice stock print. It's a special paper, right, Dave? I forgot what it was called. Like I don't know how to call it, but
it's a soft touch it's a stock paper, like a heavier stock with a soft touch.
Okay.
So you get both the front cover, the back cover, the day of the day in the life of an adventure, very evocative. And it has his signature on it too. So it's all, foiled signature too. So they're collectible in a sense, They're really cool.
Yeah. That's the type of thing I would frame, I think, and hang in the game room here.
Yeah. No, they're completely good for that. And then you get a couple original Hargraves. Here's the original concept for Arduin, hand drawn. Just the initial thought of what he wanted to do. So you get that piece of history, Arduin history. And then here's Howling Tower. You get 4 levels of a dungeon. Here's his initial, and it's different than the published version of Howling Tower. This was more what he used in the game.
Right. And
then we give you a little more. Then we give you 2 folded maps of the continent. And again, cards. We give you the Swords and Dragons cards too.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, like, I know this has taken us 10 minutes or 15 minutes.
Yeah, just to go through this.
But I think it's important to emphasize you truly are getting a treasure trove.
You're getting your value.
Cool.
Yeah.
Role playing.
Yeah, and you even say, your value, a retail value of, it's probably worth more than
304. But in reality, it's more about $400 because we didn't count the dungeons, full value, or Radiation Boogaloo, or there's just stuff that we didn't count full value. And we just give a sample, some close-ups of the quality of the detail, like that's Arduin on the continent map.
Yeah.
And they're versatile that you can use them for anything you want. And then the Swords and Dragons, which is a game within a game, you can use it for a real interesting game of poker. And you could use it as a, tarot deck. You can use it for divination. We have all types of rules that you can download the rules for free right on drive-through. There's a link right on the Kickstarter. And there'll be a little QR code that comes on a card in the bundle that you can use to get the rules too for free.
Yeah. Yeah. And Daddy rolled a 1, and what somebody else was bragging about the bags that you guys ship some of these things in. They're like resealable, almost like a heavy duty Ziploc type bag.
Yeah,
Mhm.
if Dave, if you have a couple, if you want to grab them, we'll show them off in a minute or two.
Got a little
So,
one. This
but
is one that will fit the
and,
card.
and what I wanted to show is the PDFs come with it too. So it shows there that just said that's a repeat saying
Yeah.
you get all the PDFs the same as the reward.
Right.
So the bundle gives you everything, Jeff.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then if you want to take it one step further, this is where we give you the cool armor around the bundle.
And you were showing one of those off, right? You've got that. There it is. Now I heard you guys were getting a little bit thicker on what the
5mm on the long side, on the big sides.
yeah.
Then the what I want to say is the sides now, which are 5 initially, are going to be 8mm, and that's because we wanted to increase the magnets.
Right.
I'm trying to do this on this. These magnets, there's going to be 4, and they're going to be a little thicker.
A little
So
bigger
the
magnets.
sides are 8mm, so it's stronger of a seal. Stronger of a seal on here. But
Yeah.
even as 5mm, I know I've been doing this all the time. It's not like it's something that falls off for the first time.
Yeah.
But and these have to be magnet to magnet to stick. But
Yeah. Otherwise, yeah.
it's quality, and that's why we're getting a little stronger magnet to make sure that sits. But and I want to tell everyone, and I've said it over and over, you would think, it's just a case. Who wants that? I thought the same thing, because 24 hours, I'm going to say it again, 24 hours before I'm trying to launch the Kickstarter, Dave comes to me and says, we got to do this. And I'm like, what do we have to do? And he's like, we got to have this as a special item. And I'm like, oh, God. So I was scrambling to put it together. But you know what? After looking at it, having it in front of me, it's really cool. It's something beautiful that you can put on your case, on a shelf, and show everything off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you've got add-ons. And I know I had asked, I think, once or twice about some of the add-ons, because I know you've got, of course, you've got lots of miniatures. And these are, whoever did the painting of these is great. These are, they come unpainted though, right? I think you say that.
It does state on there. Yes, they're unpainted. Those are our display pieces that we
just
have.
for reference. But who did the painting? Who did the paint job on these? They did it
Mike
great.
Kuwick did the wizard.
Yeah.
Okay.
He also sculpted it.
Oh, did he? So he.
Yeah.
Okay.
A lot of these were painted. Watt did a bunch of them, didn't he, Dave? And then
William Watt sculpted the rest of them and hand painted the rest of them. Those were actually specifically painted in black and white.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And then, of course, the sharks. These are flying sharks, right? Is that? Yeah.
The air sharks.
Yeah. So if you saw Sharknado, well, you ain't seen nothing yet, right?
Yeah. See, and again, I'll go back to the beauty of what you're getting in this bundle. Nothing stops you from throwing some air sharks in one of the lower levels of Tannisburg, or
why not?
Why not? Why not mix and match? There should be no reason there's not a group of a recon unit of Freints and Barrows and Borderlands. I mean, why not?
And then here, of course, there's the Octorilla.
Yeah, the Octorilla.
Yeah.
So, and that's where we said, Jeff, if people want to contact us on the back end, we couldn't obviously fit all the everything. The Kickstarter, I joke that I broke the Kickstarter because when I was building it, I got to the end, tried to save, and Kickstarter said nope. It said warning, you cannot save because you've exceeded the 35,000 character limit for Kickstarter. Seriously, I had to go back and even now, since we broke the 40,000 stretch goal, I got to go in there and erase and reorganize so I can
to add stretch goals.
Yeah. So if I add stretch goals, I got to eliminate and squeeze things together. It's insane, but it goes to show you how much you're
Yeah.
getting with this bundle. Three games from 3 publishers.
Right. Right. And I think I told you, like, I love maps, you know, and I love resource reference materials. Even if I don't use it for one thing, I love having that as an inspiration to do my own, you know, or to kind of give, oh, you know, I never thought about putting this next to that, or,
Yeah.
you know, and so I mean, that's my big thing. So you've got the Arduin map index. So this is not included in the Kickstarter. This is an
No,
add-on,
it's
right?
correct.
And it's got what, over 1,300 entries.
Yep, 1,300 entries, and
Yeah.
it's you know, beautiful.
It's really a book of locations.
Yeah. Yeah.
You names, you can whatever you want. When you said a resource, you can almost use it for a name book. Like need a name of a river, a mountain, a dungeon, a castle, a city.
I have I have books like that for names for characters or NPCs, but not for cities. So that's you know, or for towns or rivers, or like you said.
You can use it for anything, and it goes along with the Arduin map. So it, you know, if you want all the detail, the map behind Dave there, 1,330 different names. It's insane.
And then there's this map. What is that? 39.5 by 30 and a 34.5 by 22.5. So that's these two different maps, I think.
It's the Arduin map. It's one map, and it just shows you in there. The other map, which is the continent, the one here that we saw earlier, it's big. It's the same size. You get one big one, just the same size as the Arduin map, and a smaller version. So it's the same map, but just a little smaller.
Okay. And then this is
the original that we did back in 2000. So that was the original concept one we did from his concept, from pictures that we had copies of, but from Hargrave's original map.
Right. And there's just close-ups on that.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I want all the maps.
But there's just a ton of material that we have.
Oh yeah.
You know, that are add-ons. Just, you know, the vaults is just 7 dungeons, you know, from Hargrave.
And that's over 300 pages, right? Alone.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I mean, just, you know, of course now this is the first item that is, and that's going out of print. Is that what I'm understanding?
Yes, that's true. We're probably not going to have it available much longer after the Kickstarter. So this will be one of the last chances to grab that.
So if you want to get it, and as you guys said, you know, if you don't get it on the Kickstarter, you need to email. And I think I dropped.
I
just wanted to say the Kickstarter just went over 42K.
Did it?
Wow.
That's awesome.
That blew up fast.
That is awesome.
I needed to have refreshed my screen.
Yeah, and I've been scrolling here for what, 20 minutes or so. I don't know.
Oh my gosh.
And you know what? This is awesome.
Thank you, people.
Yeah,
but
thank you.
You know, I would also say, you know, make sure, and we appreciate this, but I would say, you know, make sure, check out, you know, like Griff has his Secrets of Blackmore. Check it out. Buy it. Buy the DVD. You know, sign up for it.
Oh, I'm definitely
real cool stuff too.
Griff,
you know what?
We should do a ticketed showing on the Discord. We should do like a
you know what? That's a great idea.
Yeah. Let me know, man.
Like, if you said you liked maps.
I do.
And this one's kind of special because there's like this set of maps here. I'll just see where the beginning of this section is. We have only 5 sections of it. I suspect the last section might not have been drawn, or it may be lost forever. Yeah. But this is an original hand-drawn map, and we thought it was Ken Fletcher who was the staff artist at.
Oh, those are beautiful.
These are hand-drawn by Dave Arneson himself.
Oh, those are great.
Yeah.
So this is the Blackmore as he envisioned it, and then we also included. The original Blackmore map comes from a Dutch map, actually. And let's see where I got that. It's somewhere in here. I know I put it in here. There's a Dutch map in here. it's just he scanned a map of the Netherlands and used that as sort of a guide for creating Blackmoor.
Interesting.
And so,
Wow.
yeah, and so I can't. Why is it I can't find a map in my own book?
In the book of maps.
in the
I can't
book
find a
of
book. I
maps
can't
that
find a
I
map
wrote.
in a book of maps.
Yeah.
Maybe
Anyway,
it's hiding
in here.
hidden in plain sight.
It's
Gibbs.
in here somewhere. Maybe this is the one oh this is the advanced uncorrected proof. It might not.
Oh,
be.
okay. Okay.
Never mind.
Yeah.
That makes
I should
sense.
stop
So,
mangling
so
that.
it's hidden,
I use it.
yeah,
all the
it's hidden
time.
from you on purpose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got
Anyway, you said you like maps.
I do. I do. And I had talked to Dave and George about that. I'm like, yeah, man, I want to know what maps are not in the kit, because I want those too. So
Yeah. And this is another one. We're getting our clock cleaned with people ordering this, the World Book of Kaz.
yeah. I want that too.
Yeah,
That has a lot of maps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
800 and something pages. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man. 821 pages of 80 professionally rendered maps. Yeah. And of course now this is not part of this one is not part of the Kickstarter. This is an add-on.
Let me explain why there's the trilogy box, the actual tier trilogy box set is also an add-on, and the bundle is also as an add-on. And there's a reason why we did that, not to confuse people, and we do have people who did this. We have people who've been backing and doing this. I want to buy a bundle, but I also want an extra box set. Now you just have it as an add-on.
Okay.
With Kickstarter, you can't get more than one reward. You know what I mean? Once you pledge, you can't get another one. And
Right.
Dave ran into that with some of the Kickstarters he did, and we're like, we hate that. So we added the two top tiers, the Arduin box set and the bundle as add-ons. So if you wanted more than one bundle or you wanted more box sets of Arduin, you could get them. And we have had people on the back end do it. And if you saw there, the case, the acrylic case is also an add-on, which we've had some people add those on the back end. So we wanted to give people versatility to, get extras if they wanted to. And they people have picked those up.
Yeah, I like the case too. You can use it for other stuff, like well,
yeah. That
I think
store my RPGs in there, or my box set without that box set.
I mean, honestly, that's the type of thing that I could use that for transporting some gaming stuff when I'm going, on the road.
Yeah.
I think one of the uses too, just so everybody knows, it does have UV protection.
Right.
So if you have cards and sets of stuff or photos or certain things, you can store them in there. It's it's not 100%, but
mine will have the
B&B stick it out in the sun.
Or mine, the Portal to Adventure box, mine will have that in it. So
yeah.
Sorry to interrupt the show. I'm gonna die if I don't get my dinner now.
Okay,
so.
no, Griff.
I'm about 2 hours past my dinner.
I'm sorry, man. Absolutely.
I'm feeling.
No, I'm glad to be here and help.
Oh,
out.
absolutely. It's been a pleasure. I'm glad you were able to make it, and I just wanted, hopefully we'll get you back on here soon sometime.
Yeah.
Maybe talking about Arnicon on Saturday.
The convention show on Saturday. I want to be there for that.
Yeah, and I'll send you the details on that. We're probably going to wrap up here shortly. I'm sure Dave and George want to go get something to drink or something.
All right,
too.
thanks a lot, guys.
Appreciate it. Take care. Thanks.
Good to see you.
Yeah, good to see you, Griff. Take it easy, man.
Good night.
Have a good one, man.
Right. Yeah,
now I got to figure out how to get out of here.
Yeah, it's like saying goodbye and then walking
upper right,
to the car.
Yeah.
It's upper right.
Well, and I've got a keyboard for one computer, a mouse for another one, and I'm using my laptop, so I'm kind of like, I've got 3 computers sitting here, so yeah. All right.
All right. Take care.
Have a good one, man.
Bye.
See ya. That's funny.
Oh man. But let's see. Now the Arduin Grimoire bundle.
Yes.
That's another add-on, right? So
yeah, and all the add-ons are 20%, give or take, discounted. So everything's except the miniatures.
So this would probably run 120 if
Yeah,
you were to get it later
exactly.
on.
That's exactly what it'll run, 120, and it's $100. And basically that gives you the 3 books, which what you're getting in the box set, but in the hardcover version of the trilogy, and then he gives you books 4 through 9, all the rest of them.
And for those wanting to do multiversal, this blue.
So Michael's asking if there's going to be non-collector editions of these available after the Kickstarter. So he said he just blew his disability for the month.
Well, there is the Arduin Grimoire hardback from Emperor's Choice that's available from their site, and I sell Barrows and Borderlands box sets on my site, the regular edition. And then obviously Griffith sells the Lost Dungeon Tonisborg on his site. So
and I had talked to him too about that because I know there was a hardcover print of that at one time of the Tonisborg, but that's not currently available. So who knows what's going to happen.
The Rancid Maw I think is only available in the Arduin Trilogy box set, and the Radioactive Boogaloo and Dracula in Space, eventually, while they will be available, they're not available right now on my site or anything like that. And they're like Radioactive Boogaloo, like the special covers. Like I said, they'll never be able to convince me to do parchment paper again. So
never again. Huh?
Yeah, Matt's gonna refuse to produce. So, but what I would say, Michael, at admin at mcho.com, admin at mcho.com. Please get in contact with us. Seriously,
he's one of our regulars, and
if you could make sure, Jeff, have him contact us, and we will talk to him because we could, take care of him and see what we can do. But it's the stuff. Some of it might be available, but like I said, it's truly limited edition.
Yeah,
Matt's already sick of the parchment. He's already, got
we printed. We got a certain amount of boxes, so like if there's any overage, we're not just going to throw them in the trash, But they're not going to be available for the Kickstarter price, where that's 52 or 60% off, whatever it winds up actually being with the adventures. So and like he just said, I'm not printing anymore. So they could. You'd have to break in my house and twist my arm. I don't really want that. So
yeah. So it truly is. And I don't want people thinking we're just saying that to say it to push the Kickstarter. It truly is a limited edition. We do not. This was done because we had a lot of art. Truthfully, it started with a lot of Arduin fans wanting some reprints. And then it escalated to, why don't we redo the box set? And again, I've told the story where it went from just empty boxes. That's what it was supposed to be. And then it evolved to let's do reprints. And we felt this was cool, but it's not sustainable, to be honest.
Yeah.
We can't sustain producing.
The same goes for the B&B regular box sets. I mean, eventually those will be out too, because at a certain point, hand making books is not sustainable. So especially whenever I do them myself, and then granted, some of my players, mainly John comes by and helps me out. John is one of our writers as well. He's working on a big dungeon in the future, something to see next year. But he's been a trooper. He comes by and helps me staple books when I need help, which he doesn't need to do. He's a full-time job on his own. But yeah, so like, it just isn't possible to keep doing it, even if we wanted to.
So I have to mention Sci-Fi Snob. That's his channel that we do the Babylon 5 retrospective on. So it's Wednesdays at 11 o'clock. That's my little Canadian friend. I was talking about earlier. No, Snob's a great guy. Unaboot. Yeah, no, he's
What year? What season are you in?
We're in season 2, just near the tail end. We're in episode 20, episode 20 of season 2. So there's 2 more episodes for this season. So I know you haven't watched it yet. We'll get you. We'll get you watch it.
Don't spoil it.
I have not spoiled it. We've been really good.
I'm used to my brother. He's really bad about spoiling shows. He'll
My
walk in
mom
the
was
room and
that
be like,
way.
"Oh, is this the show where they all die at the end?" I'm like, "Thanks, dude." But I did want to bring up one other thing too, because we were talking about like the World of Cos book and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
We have in the Radioactive Boogaloo too, I mentioned a couple locations on the map where there are portals to these worlds. So at least in our campaign too, we'll be migrating from the borderlands of Fernham to Arduin, and then hopping over into Blackmore and going into Tonisborg, and so we'll be doing that in our campaign. And I give you a couple notes about how to achieve that. So for those that do get the World of Cos book, yeah, you've definitely got 3 whole worlds to play in.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is pretty massive.
And here I'm gonna throw this.
And y'all aren't printing
I
those
think this
anymore
works.
either after a certain point.
Right. Yeah. So this QR code should take you right to the Kickstarter.
You want to? Oh, Dave, you want to give it a shot?
Yeah, give it a shot. I tried it and I think it works. It's a feature of Restream where I have it automatically generate QR codes, which is kind of cool. It should pop you right.
Totally works.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go.
Awesome.
So someone scan the QR code. Let us know.
Yeah,
everybody spam scan it right now.
Well, it's there's a way I think you can even tell it to notify the chat. I think.
Oh, wow.
Where it'll display when it's clicked or something like that.
Oh, cool.
But cool. Yeah, no, Restream is kind of cool. I used to use StreamYard a lot, and Jason, whose channel we're primarily transmitting on, we're broadcasting on the Sci-Fi For Me channel. He's kind of the one where that's where Snob and me and Cam and all of us kind of got together, and we're all mods for Jason and stuff like that. But then Jason's on our show on Wednesdays, except he's been busy working some of these contracts that he's gotten lately on assignment, as he likes to say. Yeah, so he's been, it was like, I think he said it was like 8 a.m. or 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. was what it was spec'd for. So I think he's just watching. I'm like, you can jump on, it's your show, it's your channel. But I really do appreciate you guys coming out. I see there's more minis that are stretch goals. So these are the part of the 4 you're talking about, right?
And everybody, I know Daddy Rolled a One showed them all, and you get the 2 Sluggets, which are like demon creatures.
Is that these? Or okay.
You get both of those. So you get, one of each. You get those 2. That was the first stretch goal. So that'll come with, if you pledge for one of the bundles, the Premier Bundle or the Arduin box set, you'll get that. And then you get the Wendigo, which is like
I love that.
Yeah. It's a cool miniature. So you get one of those also. And then we hit the 20, we also get a Doom Guard, which comes with a little gem that goes right above it there, right at the point.
Oh, the little, okay.
Yep.
Yeah, he's larger than human size and doesn't have a face, so.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
So you get that, and then, the 10 PDFs for the, the hex crawl stuff, the hex map for the outdoor survival. You get those 10 PDFs. And then now I got to update it tonight. You get another Arduin Adventure, 64-page book, which has a full dungeon.
I love that artwork. I love that.
Yeah.
Style is awesome. That's very reminiscent of what some of the was it the red box set in that type of art.
Yeah. It's from 1980 when Hargrave did this.
Yeah, which fits. Yeah, I mean,
Yep.
And then now we are, I think just about, you're talking about the shipping and stuff, flat rate shipping.
Yeah, we did flat rate shipping. We did it in our last Kickstarter, and people like that. And shipping is tough.
Yes.
$50 for rest of the world, to be honest, is really
low.
cheap.
That's real low.
Yeah, we're probably going to take a bit of a beating on that.
You
honest.
Might.
But we
tried $50 to ship stuff to Canada. So
yeah,
and
so
then
we tried to do our best with that, because how, what are we going to do? Charge $100 for shipping? I mean, for international, which is appropriate probably nowadays, but we tried to give the best we could, with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jason's in the channel. I told him he can come on, man. He's got the code.
Yeah.
He's probably beat too.
Yeah.
But this whole thing has been pretty awesome.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to getting it, and look at that. And I know all these channels. I mean,
and I even stuck a few on today. I went through all the different ones we've been on.
You've been on Delvers, okay? Dungeon Delver, yeah. Matt, you've been on here. I think
Yeah.
I saw that you were on that. I don't know if I've watched that one. He actually lives where I grew up. Okay,
Oh,
so
cool,
that's the
yeah.
area he lives in, Central Florida, and we're both IT guys. He's probably just a hair older than me. How we never crossed paths, we both being IT and both being in the gaming thing. We've gone to the same stores just at different times. It's just we've never, So
what we need? We need a Southeast convention.
Shh, I'm working on it.
Oh, there you go. I'll drive to Tennessee.
That
That's
other
easy.
video is
Yeah. You're what? Not even 5 hours, 4 hours,
Dude. I am tired of 15-hour drives to conventions or taking a flight.
Yeah, well,
So-
you can drive. You can drive me. I'll go with you next week. You want to go up to CNY?
Actually, yeah, that'd be a good idea because I think I would drive. It'd be no problem to swing through Tennessee if I'm going to Minneapolis.
Oh yeah, no. Well, if you especially if you're going to 75 or anything like that, yeah.
Yeah,
Because I live like right near 75 and 40, where they.
Well, that'll be the
merge.
plan. That'll be the plan.
Yeah.
Granted,
you got me. You got my contact info, man. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. And then New York's gonna be interesting. I don't know how I'm getting to that one, but I'll figure that out.
We'll get you here.
Yeah. I would love to go up there and see you, and I'll talk to you too, Matt. And maybe you can help me with that little project that I said.
Yeah, that would be good. I definitely could. That'd be fun.
Yeah,
I've been talking about that for years. Needing something.
Let's just say I registered a couple of domain names yesterday.
There you go.
So,
yeah, that'll be good.
Just kind of in case.
Well, it's because it's hot, and when it's not hot, it's raining. When it's not raining,
it's still raining. 3 days.
Yeah. This time of year in South Carolina, I never know what it'll be outside. It'll either be 90 with 80% humidity, or it's going to be like 50, and I'll be like, "Oh, I need a little jacket." And then come January, February, it's going to be like 80, freezing, 80, freezing, 80, freezing. Yeah. So, yeah, my RV is going to love that.
Oh yeah, you got an RV too? Wow.
I live in an RV.
Oh, do you?
So,
okay.
So I do the whole tiny home road living thing. That's as of the past 3 years. Shay and I were like,
I got another hobby to introduce you to.
There you go.
Yeah, it's about as expensive as gaming, maybe more.
Yeah, I need that. Like I need another hole in my head.
George and Dave know what I'm talking about because I talked to them, mentioned it on the phone. So I have not. I'm like you. I haven't been to a lot of cons, even though I've been gaming since middle school. I wasn't in middle school in this century. Okay, it was last century. But what I have been to, I've never been to a con except for the one that was in Knoxville, which is probably and that was earlier this year. My wife and I went to that. But what I have been to is all three of the largest ham fests in the country. I'm a ham radio operator, so
there you go.
And basically, Hamfest is a con for radio guys.
So you guys go there, don't speak to each other except over radio. I'm kidding.
No, actually. So there's one in Huntsville, and I started to go into the one in Huntsville. The Huntsville one is the third largest. The one in Orlando is the second largest, and the largest one is in Dayton, Ohio.
Oh, interesting.
So yeah. Well, Dayton, Ohio was the home of NCR, and it was also the home of the Wright brothers.
That makes sense.
So NCR was without NCR, you'd have no IBM, because the guy who created IBM was fired from NCR. There's a whole story. I learned that when I went to Sugar Camp when I was training. I'm an IT guy, right? So tech nerd stuff. But that was the story about where the term "you're fired" came from. Was one of the executives didn't want to go writing I forget what, George Patterson, as in Wright Patterson Air Force Base. George Patterson was the creator of NCR, and the story goes that he and his top executives always went shortwave. Of course, Michael, I'm going to go that. But he always wanted his executives to go riding with him every morning. And guy wasn't feeling particularly well one day, didn't want to go riding. He comes in the next day, and they had doused his wooden desk in kerosene and set it ablaze outside. And that's apparently where the term "you're fired" comes from. Now,
Oh wow,
how truthful that is, I don't know, but that was what they told us.
apocryphal legend.
Yeah. But at any rate, and that guy that was fired left and created International Business Machines to compete.
Interesting.
Yeah, so that's the story, anyways. And
I could probably talk some IT stuff with you. I don't know if you can see it out of the corner of the screen. I got my 386 sitting over there.
Oh wow, that's older than you are.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, I had one. I remember when 386s came out.
I play Doom and Wolfenstein on it, and Civ 1, and
oh wow.
And my Zork. Well, I say Zork, but that's me referring to the entire game log.
Have you played Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy?
Yes, I have.
Have you completed?
No, I have not beaten it. I haven't looked it up either.
I did it. It took me 56 hours straight.
Wow.
I played it. Yeah, I was young though. I was younger than you are now. I was probably 15, 16. 15, 14, something like that when I did that.
There is something for our Game of Games campaign, which we'll be playing this in, that is it's gonna take a long time.
You need to put a bug bladder beast in.
Well, there you go. Well, there is a Gru in there, and I see.
Oh, okay. So from straight up from Zork, yeah.
Yeah, so there is a Gru in Barrows and Borderlands, but one of the things we're working on right now, because right now our campaign is managed through a bunch of Google Forms and Excel sheets. So when you're moving your character, you got to just upload it to the log. We're working on something called Barrow Mud right now. Working title Barrow Mud, but it's like the old multi-user dungeons,
muds, yeah,
but without a combat resolution system. So you'll still be playing dice and still be role playing, but it'll just be for moving your character across the map and doing logging of your out of table gameplay or whatever.
So you never got to experience the fun of bulletin board systems. So the name that you see here, the Dethangels Shadow, that is actually from the Neuromancer video game, not the book, because it's not in the book, but it's from Neuromancer, but from the video game. It's the good AI that sent the email. I've been using that nick since I ran a bulletin board back in the 80s.
Wow.
So yeah, so I use it for, my name's Jeff. I don't care who knows it. I'm not hiding behind my nick. I don't care. I've got another YouTube channel where I do some ham radio stuff on it, and so my call sign is out there. Obviously you saw it it's in my email address. That's the weird part of my email address. It's Jeff and then my call sign. But everybody tries to pronounce it too. I don't know why, but yeah, this has been great, and I'm really looking forward to this. You guys are going to fulfill quick. I think Dave and George, I had talked to you guys and mentioned, there's a Kickstarter that I went in on over a year ago that still hasn't fulfilled yet. It's going on about 18 months. I mean, and they're still doing updates, so I know stuff is going on, and there's some big names involved in it. But I
think that's the real benefit, though, when with the games are already written. Yeah, they're already written, and we can put them out there. And then that's something I did with like Barrows and Borderlands too. Like I wasn't going to release it until I was done with it.
Yeah.
But it seems to be like a lot of them. They haven't started writing anything. They haven't started anything until after the end, So that definitely hinders production, because a lot of these things do take a long time to write.
Yeah. And I think I applaud, like the Troller guys. They've got a bunch of Gary's old stuff that was never published that they're working with the estate to actually get out. They're going to be doing Barsoom.
That's cool.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I've actually got the little they sent a kind of in one of the Kickstarters that they did. It came with a little Barsoom book, kind of an introduction to that. So I mean, so they're, of course, then they've got
in the B&B home solar system that we use in our campaign. Barsoom is like the next planet over, so we can go and play.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah,
yeah.
well,
We use the Warriors of Mars game for it.
They use backer kit.
Mhm.
They've worked really, really well with like the backer kit guys. Have like bent over backwards to help them, and they have been doing that. They started off with using Kickstarter with fulfillment through backer kit, right? The backer kit for the pledge, after the fact, and then backer kit started doing its own thing. Michael's got a question here. Let me bring that up because I don't have the chat showing up. Maybe no, hide that one.
I think I see it. I was going to just say yes, 100%.
Here it is. Yeah.
Yep. Yes. Yep. Matt, show. Yep. We have ownership of all the Arduin material. We have, again, I think we mentioned this to you, Jeff. We have ownership of 150 plus unpublished dungeons, thousands of item cards from Dave Hargrave. So we have maps. Dave has been going map after map. He's creating new maps. So yeah,
look at
that. The other grimoires are available as add-ons in the Kickstarter as well.
The bundle has all the red books, Jeff. What you saw that picture of
the one that I think it was that the one that's 100 right now.
100.
The add-on.
It's the add-on.
The hardcover. Oh, let me grab one of the. Gives you the trilogy and hardcover, which has a bunch of stuff in it, and then the 4 through 9.
Wow, man.
Yeah. So no, there's just.
Yeah, and then you may have some stuff coming up in the future too, right? I think you said you try and space them out until everything's done, though, right? You don't.
Yeah, what we're trying to do is this is the first major movement towards landing the old material. And what I mean is all the old material is going to be coming to a landing point between this year and next year. And then the future starting in 2027 is going to be Arduin Bloody Arduin, which is the system we've been working on for 4 years now. So we have plans. We're going to try to decide what to do, with some of the future products that we have, which is the old material. But that's why we're telling people, we're serious about it, that things aren't going to last. Like Vaults is going to go away. This limited edition box set, whatever we have, and then once they're gone, that's it. So we're just going to land everything and then move forward. So that's the big thing. And Arduin Bloody Arduin, that could be a whole nother show, Jeff, just talking, about.
Yeah. I mean, and I was like, man, I have a whole bunch of notes about Dave Hargrave and everything. And I mean, it's like, if we would still be talking about this stuff and wouldn't have gotten to the Kickstarter.
No, we could do a whole show if you want to talk about Dave Hargrave and
because he's a fascinating man.
Yeah, there's a lot. And what I'd like to do, maybe we could come back and we'd bring Matt with us too.
Yeah.
And we could talk about the history with Dave Hargrave. And we've been in contact with his family. Yeah. I talked quite a bit with Jared Hargrave, which is his great nephew. And then we have other family members, Michael in Los Angeles, who we talked to. So, and we're trying to talk to a few others, but there's a whole history that we could talk to you about with Hargrave and things we've found. Matt has done some stuff looking into the past of the primal, when gaming begun. And, there's things we definitely would like to talk about. And then the future, like what, the future is, which, there are things happening and being worked on. We have tons of art that's being done, lots of plans for the future. We just have to, get through this right now. So the next couple months is all going to be about, getting
this fulfilled,
getting the Kickstarter out.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not going to allow Matt to get on any more live streams or nothing because he has a lot of printing and stapling to do. But we got a lot of work too. We gotta do all the miniature production. We got to get the bundles, the cases, all the fulfillment. And there's a lot of work to do in the next couple months. And like I said, we want to be at a position to get everybody their stuff as soon as possible, which means we got to be on the ball and we got to have it planned out and the shipping and everything.
Are you? Yeah. Are you guys planning on doing a like a live stream for the last couple of hours or something? Have you done that?
Yes.
Oh, geez. Yes. Right.
Yeah, it'll be on my Barrows and Borderlands channel. We'll be streaming tomorrow.
Drop me a link in the private chat, and I'll drop a link here as well.
Yeah, I pull it up,
and then I'll send you. I think we can send you. Have you done the collaboration thing yet?
I don't know how to turn that on, so you can maybe tell me how that works.
Yeah.
I did it with Fox Off RPG once, but it was because he sent me a link.
So you can't do anything until 24 hours, or not till 24, until the VOD, the video on demand, has finished processing. But once that's done, then you can cross post. So, but here's going to be the stream. What time are you going on?
I am going on. Let me double check. I have it. Let me see.
And are you using Restream, or are you using just OBS?
StreamYard. Yeah. So I have got it set for 10 p.m.
Okay.
And we're going to be on until until midnight.
After midnight. Yeah.
12:01, right?
At least until 12:01, and we'll probably hang out a little after. And I'm gonna have some guys from the Discord hopping on and rotating in to like hang out and talk, and maybe we can see if Shadow and Son's free if he wants to come on. Or
Shadow, I think I mentioned to him. Yeah. So we're gonna have people kind of pop in.
Okay.
You're more than welcome. Pop in.
Let me know, man. Yeah. I'm gonna be a cheerleader for you guys. Yeah.
No, thanks.
There you go.
We're really happy. I mean, today was a good day. I think between the show and Daddy Roll the One dropped his video, and
he did
taking off big time.
And he, when I saw he dropped another video, and I'm like, oh man, I love watching his stuff, but I don't have enough time to watch it because his videos are usually about 2 hours, and it was like 26 minutes. That's a short one. Is he okay? Is he feeling all right? Does he have a fever? No, but it was just the unboxing of the stuff. I guess Matt, you had sent him that. Yeah.
That was Dave and George sent me the rest of the contents, like the Tonus workbook and everything, and the item card, or not the item, the art prints and all that stuff, and the maps. And then I quickly ran through, and because normally with these print things you do them in stages, so it'll be like 200 of one book, and then you start on the next one. So I was like, okay, let me. I'll shut it off for now. Get a couple of them out to send off to do unboxing videos, and then I'll start it back up. But it was funny. It was like a shuffle to get that out of the door. So worked out good though. That made it him just in time. I hope Foxes arrives tomorrow. That'd be cool.
Where is he in Ireland?
He's in the land of Lucky Charms.
Okay. And I'm sure he'd love to hear that.
We pick on each other all the time. He's probably laughing about it if he's watching this.
I probably have some QSL cards from Ireland or something.
He's been extremely busy doing house stuff recently too. So he's also one of the referees on the Discord server.
Oh, that's cool. Okay.
Yeah. So you can hop in. He plays almost every game that shows up. Him and John, Ultra, and Jay, they play almost every single, and Henry. And if you guys want to run games on there too, you guys can run your own settings, your own systems too, if you want. Like if y'all have a favorite one, and we can just portal people to your world or whatever else.
That's cool.
Dave, just to let you know, I sent you our X address. If you want to put it in the chat, it's
I can't. Jeff can.
Yeah, I can.
I sent it on the private. Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to make sure about that, Matt? I'm pretty sure at
is that your YouTube
or Arduin? It's for our X account because somebody was asking.
Okay.
Yeah, we're
on Twitter. Yeah, or X, whatever. Twixer. I think I follow
you could do all three for Matt and what is it at Space Cowboy, and then at
It's at Space Cowboy VFX. So I used to work. I still do occasionally work in the film and theater world. Actually, it's funny. Is the day after the Kickstarter in November, I'll be filming a quick orchestra performance and then running back to my printer. But
oh yeah. Let's see here. Let's see.
And then I think for Griff, it's at Blackmore.
Yep.
Yeah, at Blackmore.
It's at. Let me check it again. It is at Blackmore_film.
_film. Okay.
So
let's see. What was yours? Are you
at Space Cowboy VFX? All one word.
And then he's at what?
At Blackmore_. Wait, let me double check. At Blackmore_film.
Like that.
So.
Did I get it right? Check the chat.
Looks right to me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can put. Well, you guys probably could have put the at stuff in there. But if you don't have a wrench, then you can't drop links. So.
Yeah. No, this is like I said. This is
awesome. Jason's giving me stuff. He's like, okay, so you've been on for 3 hours and you've thanked them twice. Well, I think I was thanking Griff, man. Jason, I told you could come on, but anyway, well, I don't want to keep you guys. I know you've got 25 hours left.
Yeah, we'll be making some posts between now and then, and we've got the live stream tomorrow. I'll be printing all morning tomorrow, and I'll probably be hanging out in the Discord too. So if any folks have any last minute questions or anything like that, I'm gonna hang around all day. So I'll be here.
Yeah, that's good. And we'll be available. We're gonna do posts. I gotta get a whole update post going. We're gonna be hitting. You'll probably see a lot of groups with posts happening tomorrow.
And I just checked the events tab from the Bears and Borderlands Discord. We'll be playing a game of Dracula in Space on November 8th. So that'll be pretty, a chance to get a quick look at the stuff that's going to be shortly after shipping out and all that stuff. You'll get to play in it, lose a couple characters.
I'm gonna drop my I'll drop the Sci-Fi from ATV's Discord. I'll drop it in the chat. Join us on Discord. That should work. And then I'll put it in the private chat so you guys can see it too if you're not watching on YouTube.
Yeah.
Go ahead and get on there, and we don't have all the fancy. I never put in the fancy stuff where you have to select and this little emoji to sign your life away or something, and your firstborn, and yada yada yada, that some sites do.
And this was really nice, Jeff. This was good. We appreciate this. So this was really cool.
Yeah, thanks.
Well, it's my pleasure, and you've got 247 backers, so I've seen it go up. So hopefully, hopefully everybody. Hey, Keely Chow. Keely and I always run across each other and a whole bunch of stuff. So hail, Keely. Struggle win there, Keely. Struggle win. He's a Bama fan. I'm in Vols territory here.
There you go.
So, but anyway, I was pulling for you guys, man. for Carolina. Well, I guess that's South Carolina, right?
Yeah.
Gamecocks, yeah.
Gamecocks,
I was like, go Gamecocks, come on.
Hey, we got
you got that close.
Controversy in this household. I've got a divided family plate on my shed right now. It's Clemson and Gamecocks sitting there.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yep. Well, I'm a Gator fan. I grew up a Gator fan because I'm from
my
Florida.
grandpa's a Gator fan. He's from Florida too.
But I live in Vols territory, and this year, Vandy, of course, is they're a private school that's in the SEC, but they're near Nashville, right? So, and they're like the little team that never could, and they're like holding their own this year. So everybody's kind of pulling for them, they're like the underdog for everything. Plus they beat Bama last year, I think. That was kind of their bragging. Any rate, but guys, it was a pleasure. I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream here in a few minutes. I got to play the outro and all that because I'm getting some stuff. But if you want to stick around for a few minutes after that, we can chat for a couple minutes. And
we appreciate it, Jeff. And real quick before we end, we want to, as always, thank everybody who's supporting us. We want to thank you very much. We really do appreciate it. And we want you to know that everybody involved, Griff, Matt, us, from the bottom of our heart, thank you. This is all a labor of love with everything we do. The gaming industry, I'm just going to say it, if you want to make a small fortune, start with a large fortune. And that's what you end up with. It's a labor of love. It's a bunch of gamers trying to make cool product that you would like. We don't like producing something that we wouldn't use. So it's all passion. We try to do the best. If you have any questions, concerns, if there's anything, just contact us. We're more than happy, to talk to you, to try to resolve whatever there is, and we'll work with you. And I want to do a shout out to everybody involved. Our internal teams, Matt's people, Griff, Chris, all the people there that have been supporting us, and everybody that supports each other. All our internal play test teams and everybody who's been there.
Tom Tullis.
Tom Tullis and all the other, the YouTubers, Daddy Rolled a One, who's been great. All the ones. Lord Mateo, Dungeon Delver, Shadow, my God, Shadow, RPG Grandma. Fox has been great. Ultra. I mean, I don't want to forget anybody, but I want to just say to everybody, we're cognizant and we're aware of what you're doing for us, and for all the backers and people who are, you're giving your hard-earned money to us, and we know, $145. We know it's money. It's a bit of money, but we're giving you the best we can and as much as we can at the lowest count, and we're going to give you something really special with what we're giving you. But thank you.
You're getting it. It's definitely a good deal. This is primo. It just everything. You got the history. You've got the and do with it what you will, right? Make it yours, own it, and make it whatever you want. You obviously you can throw in laser swords or what was that weapon again, Matt?
The monomolecular.
The monomolecular or the Masons.
I ran a 5e game and I let somebody be a tabaxi monk.
Good God.
Don't
I think
ever do that.
A sword like that would crit like on a 13 to 20.
I wouldn't even have them roll. I'd say you
hit
atoms,
how much roll for damage?
And then I'd say that's great. Now let me go grab my Arduin Grimoire and get a 10
roll
Valkyrs
6d6 for damage or
dude.
All right.
I would just say it'd kill, honestly, at that point.
It just kills. Anything anybody else wants to say before I end the stream?
Game on and perish. Dun, dun, dun.
Okay. All right, guys. Well, let me roll the credits here. Stick around for a few minutes after, and we'll move from there. All right.
This has been a presentation of Sci-Fi for Me TV. Copyright 2025 by Flaming Dog Media, LLC. All rights reserved. No portion of this program may be retransmitted without the express written consent of Flaming Dog Media. You're watching Sci-Fi for Me TV. Delivering the multiverse since 2009. This is Sci-Fi for Me TV.